today.
Never be surprised by the weather. Get the free WATE 6 in your side weather app today.
It's going. It's going. It's gone. It's a
The Tennessee Smokies have been making history for decades. Thousands of innings played, enough home runs to fill every fan's heart, and millions of smiling people throughout the years. It's almost time to say goodbye to Smoky Stadium and turn the page to the next chapter and the chance to make more history for years to come. So let's get ready to run the bases one last time during the regular season and root for the home team at the old ball game. Get ready for Smokies baseball on WATE 6. It's time to play ball.
Sponsored by Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln Knoxville, your hometown Ford and Lincoln dealer.
What do you say, everybody, and welcome to Smokies Stadium with Bo Williams. I'm Mick Gillespie, and we get you ready for Smokies and Barons today. This is a preview of the playoffs, but the last regular season game here at Smokies Stadium.
I tell you what, and so many memories, and when you take a look at the crowd here today, they're all coming back, bringing back memories as I do, bringing the kids here, Cub Scout groups. Even got a chance to throw out the first pitch one time. Don't ask me how that went. We'll leave it at that. But, yeah, so many memories. Everybody here to kind of really celebrate just this organized, this ballpark, and cheer on the Smokies one more time for the regular season.
Yeah, and look, the Smokies having a record-setting pace. But let's listen to the national anthem, and we'll talk more about that here in a second. All right, so the Smokies have had the best season in franchise history. Over 100 years of baseball. A .640 winning percentage is the best. And then 38 games over 500, never been done before. And so they have a chance to add to that today as they close out what has really been a fantastic facility.
Yeah, you see the record there, 87-49. One more regular season game, and then it is on to the postseason. Oddly enough, these same two teams are going to go head-to-head.
All right, Smokies and Barons coming up right after the break.
There are those who factor and those who don't. Nothing this good comes this easy.
Except Factor.
Fresh, never frozen meals, ready in 2 minutes.
3, 2, 1.
Ha! I win. Paper beats rock.
Wrong. This is a Ram. Ram beats everything.
Kind of feel like you're cheating, but also kind of makes sense. So, best 2 out of 3?
No. Bet's a bet. You owe me lunch. Sliders, no mayo.
Premier family pricing equals up to $12,123 off new Ram trucks. Or save up to $17,291 off new Jeep with 0% financing available during the Make This a Summer event.
North Knox, Secret City, across the Dodge Jeep. Ram.
I got at Smokies Stadium, and we get ready for the first pitch of this game. Will Sanders making his Southern League and Smokies debut for the final game of the season.
Yeah, this is somebody that Vol fans, you may remember, pitched to South Carolina back in 23, had 77 strikeouts that season, pitched just over 62 innings. Been spending his time as of late, though, pitching in the where's he? Up in Indiana, South Bend, is where he's been pitching for the Cubs organization. So, yeah, this will be his first start, but Tennessee fans, you might remember him as a Gamecock.
Here we go with the starting lineups. Marco Camilletti leads off, then Michael Turner, Wilfred Veras, DJ Gladney in the cleanup spot, Sean Gusenberg in the fifth hole.
Camilletti actually having a good series. 5 hits, 5 runs for the Barons coming in here in the past 5 games. So good guy to lead this one off for Birmingham. See if he can get something going for the Barons.
First pitch of the game is taken for ball 1, and we're underway. Tatum, Eldersby, Matthews, and Hogan, the final of the batting lineup. Smokies won last night 2-0, so they look for a series win today. But it's amazing to think that this team could be 39 games over 500 if they can win today.
It's crazy to think, but it's not going to be easy. We were talking about this even before the game. I mean, these two teams have really matched up well all season. You look at the Smokies, and all the other series with all the other teams have really dominated this year. But Birmingham, these two teams seem to go toe-to-toe. And you can tell by this series, it's been one team wins one night, the other team wins the next night, because it's back and forth.
2-1's high, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Camilletti, a couple of home runs and 14 runs batted in as a member of the Barons, and a .238 batting average from Troy, Michigan.
Had my rehearsal dinner in Troy, Michigan.
Really?
Yes. My wife is from Detroit.
What's that place like?
Troy, Michigan?
Yeah.
It's a suburb. It's very nice, you know. It works, you know. I was there to get married and go see a Tigers game.
Called strike 3. Camilletti's out, and there's one down. Let's check in on Mark Packer.
Hey guys, out over here on third base, and what a neat event today. It's more than just a baseball game. The team moved here back in 2000 from the old Bill Myers Stadium, where you had to go through with a hard hat on as a fan just for your safety reasons. This has been a spectacular park. Andy White and Ted Russell Ford are our sponsor here on WATE for what we're calling Last Out to First Pitch, all the way through April the 15th, our first broadcast at Covenant Health Park. That's where we are. Randy Boyd's going to join us, the owner of Boyd Sports. Chris Allen, CEO and president of the Smokies. A lot of things to talk about today on this special afternoon in Kodak, guys.
All right, thanks, Mark. Yeah, it's really fantastic. Randy Boyd swung by and saw us just a couple of minutes ago. Everyone very excited about being here today.
Yeah, no doubt about it, to be a part of all of this. And when you look at the history of this franchise going back to its days in Knoxville.
There's a smash to the second baseman, Verdugo. He makes a nifty pick and a throw to first and got it.
I tell you what, man, that is great hand-eye coordination. A great snag there by Verdugo, getting the ball out of his glove also over to first. But nice job, and right now things looking good early on in the game, but so far so good for the Smokies.
I'll bring up Wilfred Veras as we take a look at the defensive alignment for the Smokies. Pagan, Chavers, and Stevens in the outfield left to right. Smith, Cowles, Verdugo, and Murray around the horn as that ball is smoked down the left field line for extra bases. Veras will end up at second with a double.
Yeah, that one just getting down that third base line, just out of reach. So I have a feeling I probably just jinxed the Smokies. I said, hey, we're off to a great start, and boom. All of a sudden, the next thing we know, Veras comes up with a double.
Veras has had a lot of success this year, 16 homers and 60 batted in, and he's got a 2-out, 2-bagger, and now DJ Gladney with a runner in scoring position. Will Sanders was projected to be a first-round pick out of South Carolina. That ball swung on and hit deep to left, and that is gone. Just fair down the line, a 2-run homer for Gladney, and his 5th of the year gives the Barons an early 2-0 advantage.
And he got a hold of that one just, as you mentioned, getting inside that foul pole, finding a way over there at the Yeehaw Brewing Company. Someone over there got a baseball, that's for sure. Hopefully they were paying attention, but just like that, you're out. You got 2 outs, and now you're down 2-0. Take a look at it again here. He gets a hold of that one. Just, it's a line drive out the left.
Yeah, hard to believe he kept that fair. Here's Sean Goosenberg. He fouls the first pitch, strike 1. 291 on the year, 2 home runs and 11 knocked in for Goosenberg. Let's check in with Amber Lynn.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We are having an absolute blast down here with all of the fans down here at Smokies Stadium. And I tell you what, there is no better fan base that shows up. So we'll definitely keep you posted. We've got some interesting stories for you here, but really looking forward to this game and what this means for the fan base here in East Tennessee.
All right, thanks, Amber. And yeah, I tell you what, this is a huge crowd. Everyone wanting to say farewell to Smoky Stadium. Obviously, a playoff game coming, but today the last regular season game and a lot of festivities.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely beautiful out here, too.
Out right off of his instep. And it stays 0-2. Yeah, beautiful day, too.
They stung a little bit. Got to walk that one off for a moment. Gusenberg is one of those that plays different positions, you know. Yeah, we've seen him at first, seen him at third today for the Barons. And that's something we were talking about, too. These guys have been moving around throughout this entire series. It seems like you've got guys playing different positions.
Well, it's one of those opportunities, too, where the Barons clinched in the first half. The Smokies just about overtook them right at the end of the first half and lost the last day. And the Barons really backed into the playoffs. And then the Smokies with a 16-game lead. That ball off the diving glove of Cowles, and it trickles into center field for a hit.
Thought he was going to come up big with that one, but yeah, as you mentioned, just kind of ricocheted off of his glove. Couldn't quite get as much of the mid on it he wanted to. And again, we got a base runner at first now for Birmingham.
Nice effort, though, by Cowles. Final, though, you know, tune-up game, and you mentioned being able to play different positions. Cowles was traded by the Yankees to the Cubs in the Mark Leiter Jr. deal right at the deadline. But before he was traded, he was the Eastern League's leader in hits. But he got hit on the hand by a pitch and had to wait about a month to play. So he just joined the team this week, just in time for the postseason as Terrell Tatum swings and misses strike one. In the center field. Falls in front of Chavers for a hit. Gusenberg down the third, and the Barons with 4 straight hits.
It's going to be interesting to see how Sanders, I mean, watching him and see how he reacts. Like I said, he had him down 0-2, and now all of a sudden he's got runners on the corners and has given up 2 runs to see how he reacts to all of this.
Had that inside pitch doubled by Veras, and then Gladney hit one out of the park, and a couple, you know, kind of trick hits off the glove of Cowles, and then the little bloop single.
Should note at South Bend, he was 2-7, had a 4.56 ERA.
Here's Weston Eberle, catcher for the Barons, 111 average. 2 runs batted in. Throw to second. Safe. So Tatum just barely in there, but steals second base. Nothing like making your debut and all of a sudden just chaos everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, you were talking about the hand injury and whatnot. I think he's feeling pretty good right now.
That's in there for a strike. Being close to another sellout. Had a pretty big crowd last night. Sellout crowd. A bunch of folks here for the last regular season game.
Sanders. Oh, I'm sorry. I was Sanders battling. You know, he's trying to get something here, make him just hit it into a routine out if he can. Just get out of this inning.
Here's the 1-2. That ball nearly took out the base runner Gusenberg. Fouled down the line, and we'll do it again at 1-2. This is the, as you mentioned, the only team that the Smokies don't have a winning record against this year. Smokies 13-16 against the Barons. How many games can you play against the same team?
In minor league baseball, quite a bit.
This is inside a ball, and it's 2-2. Yeah, it went from a 10-team league after Major League Baseball took over the minor leagues in 2000. Jacksonville, the Suns, and the Jumbo Shrimp after that, they went to AAA, a different league, and then Jackson, Tennessee lost their affiliate, and they trimmed it down to 8. So then you really started seeing the same teams over and over again. The Lookouts, the Barons, the Rocket City Trash Pandas.
One of the best names, by the way, in all of pro sports. That and Jumbo Shrimp rank up there as well. But not only do you see them a lot, but you see them when they come to town, they're here for a while. You know, it's not like Major Leagues where it's 3 or 4 games.
There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and Sanders finally out of the inning, but the Barons scored 2 runs on 4 hits. And they strand a couple of men on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Barons 2, Smokies coming up.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-866-895-3521.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
I see Marcos' role in the community as somebody that people can look up to.
Marcos Garza is very thoughtful. He pays attention to the needs of the people in the community.
He's somebody that's very unselfish, somebody that's going to always be there.
Marcos Garza will work as hard as he can to get the best results for you.
In the future, no matter where I'm playing, no matter what the team I'm playing for, I'll always be on Garza's team.
The Garza Law Firm is Mama ZZ approved.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Barons lead the Smokies 2-0 as the Smokies come up against Garrett Shanley, a left-handed pitcher, 4-3 record and a 175 earned run average. And the Smokies will try to get back on track again after a quick start for Birmingham.
And this will be a good test here for the Smokies. One thing, if you've been following this series, in the first 3 innings, they haven't been putting up a lot of runs on the board. They haven't been getting out of the blocks, if you will. I think they've had 3 runs in the first, second, and third. They have yet to score in this series. So it's going to be important to get the bat on the ball here, try to get some runners in, and kind of change all of that instead of waiting until the later innings. The 4th inning always seems to be a strong one for the Smokies so far in this series, but those first 3, a little bit snake bit.
Here's B.J. Murray to lead things off, then Ben Cowes, then Luis Verdugo. And Murray, who was the MVP of the championship series last season, takes a strike. Switch batter, 167 average, 4 runs batted in. Now, he was supposed to be in AAA Iowa, but he was injured. And when he returned from the injury, started with the Smokies about a month ago, and he is stuck with the team for right now and gives the Smokies some real good experience. Someone that did everything possible to get the team to a championship last year and have him back again.
Well, that's the kind of guy you need heading into the postseason, especially have some players that maybe weren't here last year or have been a part of something like this. You need to have that experience in the lineup.
Ball and 2 strikes to count to Murray. Shanley delivers, and there's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and Murray is retired. That'll bring up Ben Cowes. These games have been great for players like Cowes. Only here for a week, but he's played a lot, you know, coming back from the hand injury and also getting an opportunity to play with this team going into the postseason that starts on Tuesday.
That's coming right back for us.
Let's take a look at Birmingham's defense. In the outfield, Tatum, Hogan, and Veras. Gusenberg, Matthews, Camilletti, and Turner around the horn, third to first. Eberle behind the plate as the pitch is swung on and missed, strike 2.
Shanley right now looking good.
That was the kiss of death for Sanders.
Yeah, no, I said that, so maybe we'll see if we can do the reverse here, right?
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss.
Well, it didn't pay off.
Well, not that time. So what do you think about being out at the ballpark again?
I tell you what, it is fantastic. First of all, this is just a great ballpark, just the atmosphere. I love the fact they call it a 9-inning vacation, right? Because you come out here, relax on a day like today. Talked to a couple fans earlier in the week, and they were talking about how, you just kind of forget all your problems or what's going on in the world and come out here, soak up some sun, or if it's a night game, just relax, feel the breeze. And, boy, I tell you what, great to see a good crowd.
Huge crowd today as Luis Verdugo takes a called strike. 259 on the year. 2 home runs, 42 batted in for the Smokies' second baseman. I'll tell you what, though, Shanley blowing it right by him. Strike 2.
Yeah, this series, Verdugo, 4 hits, has a run. Huge part of this offense. They're going to be looking to him for today to draw and to drive in some runs.
I'll tell you also, he was Smokies' everyday third baseman at the beginning of the season. And then James Triantos and Matt Shaw, they were 2 of the Cubs' top prospects that got promoted to Iowa. And we thought, well, this team's done. And all they've really done is just play better. And he moved to second base, and defensively, he's better than both of them. Look out. Strikes out, throws the bat, caught by a Barron, and the side's retired. So I don't know that could have went any better for Birmingham. They strike out the side in order in the first. We've completed an inning at Smoky Stadium. Barron's 2 and the Smokies nothing.
Welcome to Ted Russell Ford. I'm Nick.
Wait, my name is Nick too. You look familiar.
Yeah, this is one of those internet videos where the same guy plays both characters.
Okay, those are hilarious. Wait, what's your favorite car? On 3, 2, 1.
Ford F-150. Did we just become best friends?
I think we did. Let's go on a test drive. Right now, get into a new Ford F-150 for only $46,317, or a new Ford Mustang Mach-E for only $33,900. Come see us today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike.
How do you decide who you can trust for your home comfort? For over 40 years, Pioneer Comfort has been a trusted name for comfort in Tennessee. Our customer-first commitment is what you can expect when we enter your home to solve any heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical issues. Pioneer Comfort offers easy financing, quality equipment, and comfort specialists that go the extra mile to meet our customers' needs. Put the power of Pioneer to work in your home. We're Pioneer Comfort.
I was coming home and a lady hit me head on. It totaled my car. It fractured my right heel, and it bruised me up really badly. The Garza Law Firm, they were very compassionate, but yet they were very detailed. They didn't let me down. They never stopped fighting. It helped me regain confidence in law firms. I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm.
The Garza Law.
Smokies down 2 to the Barons in the second inning. Let's send it back downstairs to Amber Lynn, hanging out near the team store.
Absolutely, you guys. Well, I'm here with Kinley. So you've worked here for a number of years. You live in Morgan County, and that's a big drive for this. I mean, I have to say something about your fandom and passion for the Smokies.
Yeah, I always tell people, when in Morgan County, it's a very rural area. If we want to do anything, it's Oak Ridge, Knoxville, Sevier County. So I've always been here I've been coming to games here for close to 20 plus years. I came to my first game like when I was 3, and I've been coming ever since. And so it's just something that I enjoy coming to do. So the drive doesn't really bother me, but the next best thing to driving to either Nashville or Chattanooga. So
yeah, hands down, I love that. And you're also the backup public service address announcer as well. Talk to me about that.
So last year, our actual PA announcer, he was having some issues that he couldn't be here for whatever reason. And so I was actually working in the retail store at one point last year, went upstairs, was like, hey, if you need somebody for tomorrow, I'm more than willing to step in. And then it just kind of started where I even had some employees that were here that came upstairs to the press box to see who was actually on PA because they wanted to know who the voice was. And so it's me. And I've kind of been just thrown into that role for this season as well, and enjoy every bit of it. So, yeah.
Oh my my gosh, that is awesome. So what was that experience like for you? I mean, obviously, you see these guys every day, and then baseball is one of those games where, I mean, there's so many games, and you get to know the players well. You have players that come through here. What was that experience like for you?
Oh, it was outstanding. I mean, I started at the high school level with my high school baseball team, but then to do this at a professional level, it was just outstanding. Just be able to see these players, and then actually just to be here and calling their names as well. And just that experience of getting that professionalism in, going over everything I have to go through before game, during game, post game. And for me, it was just the experience of getting that under my belt, getting, the idea of what other public address announcers have to go through and what they have to go, it's one of those things where it was just a really neat experience. Yeah.
Well, Kinley, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story and what you do here in East Tennessee. It's absolutely awesome. All righty, you guys, I'm going to send it back to you guys up in the booth. You got a great view of the game today.
Thanks, Amber. Sure do. There's a base hit into right field for Camilletti. So second straight inning that Sanders has gotten the first 2 outs and then given up a hit.
Yeah, and exactly the same way. A strikeout and then a ground out. So hopefully it won't be a repeat all the way of what happened in the first, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, he quick out of the gate, but now Barron's with the man on.
There's Michael Turner. He grounded out last inning. Barron's by 2. But how about that? You're in the team store, and then, hey, I don't hear a familiar voice upstairs. I'm going to go up there and tell them that I'm ready to go. It's always in life being at the right place at the right time.
You're talking about a pressure job, though. Everybody hears you, right?
Yeah.
You got to make sure you say the name right. I'm sure they got their walk-up music.
Now, if you get it wrong, everyone turns around and looks for you.
Say, who is that person?
Yeah, who just said that? George Yardley has been the voice of Smokies Stadium since they were actually at Bill Meyer when he started as the public address announcer, and then came over here, and then he's had some different health issues, but really grateful to have him back in the booth. And the Smokies actually did a bobblehead of George.
Yeah, it's just a great voice. We did a story on him this week. It aired in our pregame show. He's one of those guys you can sit there and he can tell you anything. Just want to hear him talk.
Yeah, that's true. A really good friend of mine for years. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Turner. Here's the pitch, and he pops it in the left field. Pagan in his tracks. Now backs up and splash. Into the tan leather, he makes the catch, and the side's retired. So Sanders keeps him off the board. In the second inning, Smokies coming back up. They trail the Barons 2-0.
Hello, my name is Jim Vanderstig, and I'm the president and CEO of Covenant Health. And we're out here today for something that's real exciting, additional discussion for what's going to be named the Covenant Health Park. The reason this made so much sense for Covenant Health is our mission is to improve the quality of life through better health. And while on one hand, there's going to be baseball games out here, there'll be soccer games, there'll be 300 plus events that will take place out of here. And we're going to have a real unique opportunity to create an environment of wellness. And so when Randy Boyd and his sports groups first started talking to us, what we both realized is that we have a very similar mission. The things that are important to them were the same things that are important to us. We're a community-owned organization. We're headquartered here in Knoxville. We represent about 28 counties in East Tennessee. And so to be able to be part of something that's very, very special to the community was very, very exciting to us. Why today we celebrate the last ball game being in Kodak Park, we are looking forward to the first game being here in April. We think this is going to be such a unique experience, not only from the standpoint of a great ballpark, but all the things that are around in this community, restaurants, places to stay. And we just think it's going to be an incredible opportunity, an incredible experience for everybody who comes out here.
Gorgeous day at the ballpark, 2-0 Barons. And let's check in on Mark, see what he's got going on.
Yeah, what a neat day today. I will tell you this, when the cameras are shaking, it's not the crowd, it's the wind. I'm here with Andy White, owner of Ted Russell Ford. And Andy, it's a special day today as we say goodbye to this great place.
Yeah, and it's really, as I've kind of thought back on it, I really kind of know how the people here in Sevierville feel. The fans that come to all the games, but it's really I remember, and I'm excited to get it back. And I'm decided that we're going to be able to come and last minute you may be able to just get to go and you go enjoy a ball game. And me and you were talking before we started. I enjoy watching a baseball game as much as I do a football game.
You know, the history. You and I years ago, when you were a kid, when I got here to Knoxville in 1996, you'd go to a game at Bill Meyer Stadium. You'd wear a hard hat so that the concrete fell. You know, you'd still live.
Yeah.
You were there much earlier than that. You were working games.
I was. I was able to sell programs and things there, and had a really enjoyed my time there with the Knox Sox and the Knoxville Blue Jays, and I really enjoyed my time growing up there as a child.
One thing about the move to downtown Knoxville, and you guys are the title sponsor of our coverage on WATE from the last out today to the first pitch on April the 15th, but the revitalization of downtown Knoxville, your business, as you have car dealerships, you've got to enjoy seeing the revitalization of this new stadium going downtown.
Oh, it's going to be phenomenal. You know, I've been able to tour the facility down there, and what they have for a vision is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's been a long time since we've had any major revitalization in downtown. And, you know, think back, redid Market Square years and years ago.
Yeah.
And now you're going to have this unbelievable venue to go to, and it's going to be so much more than that. There's restaurants around, there's you know, clubs to go to, there's all kinds of stuff to do, and this is just going to make it such a better place downtown.
You know, it's such an exciting time because even the expansion and renovation of Neyland Stadium over the next 4 or 5 years.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's going to be unbelievable. I can't really fathom it. I've seen the pictures and the renderings, but I sat there yesterday as we were in our walking to the game, looking over there, and I was like, wow, I can't
imagine what it's
hard to
gonna be.
vision.
So I will say this from a business standpoint, let's just keep it real here. You know, a dealership or dealerships like you've got a marketing budget. You try to sell cars.
Yes.
That's what you try to let people know about.
Yes.
But then there's something like this, that you put your name and your investment behind what we're doing here with the Smokies and on WATE. And this is about community over the next year.
Yeah, and you know, that's something that's near and dear to my heart because my family, as far back as I can really go, is born and raised in Knoxville. And we're very community driven. We want to see everybody do good. And I'm really looking forward to what they're doing and the vision that they have to bring the new stadium together.
Well, Ted Russell Ford will be a part of all the coverage on WATE from now all the way through April the 15th for the first game here on WATE at Covenant Health Park, but then also the coverage of that first season. So we're looking forward to that. Good to see you, man.
Absolutely.
This will be a whole lot of fun over the next year, and it's going to be a fun ride between now and that first pitch on April the 15th, guys.
Sure is.
All right, thanks, Mark. Yeah, great stuff there. Mick Gillespie with Bo Williams as we watch the Barons with a 2-0 lead over the Smokies. 4 straight strikeouts to start the game.
Yeah, I tell you what, Shane Lee's getting it done right now. You can tell he's on cruise control.
There's a line drive.
Every time I say something else happens. So there you go.
Well, you jinxed the right team.
There you go.
Base hit in the left field for Cam Smith, who was with Florida State when Tennessee beat Florida State this year at the College World Series. Very controversial game.
Yeah. Depends who you ask.
I know. Well,
but you know what? This is what you think about minor league baseball. We're going to see, if you're a Vols baseball fan, you're going to see a lot of players from the Southeastern Conference and the ACC, teams that you either the Vols have played in conference play or obviously in postseason tournament action. So, you know, we've got one on the mound for us today. We just saw somebody, you know, obviously there with the base hit from Smith. So it's great to see some of these guys getting the chances, just not in the rookie league, but working their way up.
There's Casey Opitz. Yeah, well, baseball's changed a lot. I mean, just to talk about what Tony Vitello has done with the Vols, obviously national champions. He's been out here many times and hung out with us, played the biggest game ever played here, attendance-wise, was the Vols.
The wooden bat game, wasn't it?
The wooden bat game, a few years ago. But the level of competition, to think a guy like Smith could go from college in the same year come to Double-A. Wouldn't have happened 10 years ago, wouldn't have happened 5 years ago. But the SEC and college baseball, the ACC have gotten so competitive that you're seeing a lot of that now.
And you're seeing it, too, just in their facilities. I mean, think about how the facilities have changed in the college game, especially in some of these conferences. It's like night and day. They're like minor league ballparks now. When you go and you see what they're doing over at Lindsey Nelson Stadium with the improvements they're making there on the UT campus. So really from top to bottom, it's a different game.
Well, the Vols won last year, but so did the Smokies, and it was their first championship on the field in 45 years. And the 1978 team was the last ones to win a championship. Those guys actually came back this year to visit.
And there's a lot of history. I mean, from the college game to the minor league game. I know, we heard Andy talking about the Knox Sox, that 50th anniversary of that 74 pennant winning team. You can see the big pennant they were holding there. I think you may even had a chance to talk to some of those guys when they came through.
Yeah, sure did. Rusty Kuntz was a very memorable guy. You hear some of these names. Harold Baines, who's now a Hall of Famer. Tony La Russa was the manager for half of the season. He came and stopped into the stadium and was instrumental in having the 78 reunion. 2004 listed as a championship, but we don't really consider that a title because Hurricane Ivan canceled the series. So they just said, oh, well, you're in the championship and you're in the championship. And so both teams, could claim
Was it Montgomery? Is that who it was? I'm trying to think who the other team was. Mobile, that's who it was. Okay.
Old Hank Aaron Stadium in Mobile. The team is now the Rocket City Trash Pan as they move to North Alabama. But the way that we look at it is to be a champion, you got to win it out on the field.
Right.
And that's what we saw last year. And the Smokies are going into the playoffs this year with a chance to go back-to-back, which would be so ironic.
It really would. I mean, what a great storyline this would be, especially, we're focusing so much on the ballpark today as well. And to be able to say goodbye to this facility as far as the Smokies are concerned with back-to-back titles would really be something.
That ball's fouled away by Opitz. By Pagan. Nice catch made.
Give that fan a contract.
Oh, yeah.
Sign him up. Give him a mitt.
There's a guy named Rex Barney who is the public address announcer for the Orioles for years at Memorial Stadium.
Right.
Memorial
Stadium. The old one, yeah.
And he'd say, give that fan a contract. And then they'd actually take a contract down.
We'd take him over to him.
Yeah. Back in the Brooks Robinson, Eddie Murray, Cal Ripken years. Pagan strikes out, and that's it for the Smokies. They get their first hit. They strand a man on base. We move to the third inning, and it's the Barons 2 and the Smokies nothing.
McGee Tyson Airport, now with more nonstops to Denver and Philadelphia.
Millions of small businesses choose Spectrum Business, and each one is unique. But there is something you all have in common. You're tough, made to take it all on. That's why Spectrum Business is made to work, made to help you power through it all with reliable connectivity. That means fast internet, business phone, TV, and mobile solutions. Small businesses are made to keep on going, which is why Spectrum Business is made to work. Get Spectrum One for Business, one advanced connectivity solution for only $49.99 per month.
Across hometowns big and small, we play the game with our own special flavor. Because only here are the best seats in the house. Found in lawn chairs and lazy rivers. Where future stars hone their craft. Where the bat boys are also good boys. And teams have their very own roller coasters, Ferris wheels, and islands. Because only in minor league baseball can you experience the game you know and love like this.
McGee Tyson Airport. New nonstops to Jacksonville and St. Louis start next week.
You're watching Smokies Baseball on WATE, sponsored by Ted Russell Ford Knoxville, your hometown Ford dealer. With Bo Williams, I'm Mick Gillespie, and again, a pleasure to have all of you with us today. The final regular season game here at Smoky Stadium in front of an enormous crowd, and we're having a lot of fun. Amber Lynn and Mark Packer part of the crew as well. And Bo, the Barons with a couple of runs early. But with the playoffs coming Tuesday, It's more about the event today. It's about the party.
It really is. It is about the party, and there's a lot of people, as you mentioned, that have turned out today to celebrate this ballpark. They're hoping for a Smokies win, but this place is packed, for a beautiful Sunday afternoon ball game here. Great to see the crowd coming out, being a part of all of this. They've had some great giveaways this week as well to commemorate the stadium. I think today was the last game ball, I think is what they were giving away. So just great to see the turnout today.
Wilfred Veras doubled and scored on DJ Gladney's home run in the first inning, and he swings and misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, yesterday the stadium replica, 4,000 of those miniature stadiums given away, and I got so many fond memories of this ballpark.
I was going to say, you've been around, calling these games for a number of years. I mean, what really jumps out to you? Obviously, I'm sure the championship last season is one that highlights, but what other things kind of come to mind?
Well, as Veras strikes out, I got to tell you, the memory that kind of sticks out the most is 2001 when one of my college friends was the closer on the team, Jared Kingery, at 27 saves. And I would, drive from my home to college and back, and I'd swing in and see him and talk about this, at the time, this new stadium that he pitched in. And it was a Blue Jays affiliate, and just thinking, first off, how much I love the stadium, but also how much I adored the area, never thinking that I was going to actually be here forever. But I love this place, and I love the people. And when I worked in Chattanooga, and I did 2 years of Lookouts baseball, there was a game where Rick Asadorian was the guy's name. He was a center fielder. He made this incredible catch for the Lookouts, and he basically ran up the wall and caught the ball. And the Smokies fans gave him a standing ovation, and I said, this is a special group of people here.
Yeah.
They understand how important effort is, what it means to go out there and lay it on the line, and then I've been their voice. Here's a high, deep drive to left field. That one way back, and that is long gone.
That is a second.
Jeez. He hit it over the pavilion and into the foothill.
He did his homework. A lot of people still trying to figure out Sanders, obviously making his first appearance, but it sounds like maybe he knows somebody up in South Bend or someone that he played against. And what do I need to look for? Because that's twice he's taken him to left field now, 2 at-bats.
5 and now 6th home run of the season for Gladney. He's done all the damage. Sometimes you just, whatever it is, you just see a guy a certain way, and that's been the case for Gladney. And it's 3-0 Barons. Sean Goosenberg coming up. How about you? Your memory of this stadium?
Oh my goodness, bringing my kids out here one time, my youngest was chosen to take part in a putt-putt contest on top of the Smokies dugout, seeing him on the Jumbotron out there. He got 3 putts, missed the first 2. I'm thinking, oh, please hit the 3rd one. Sink it, and he did. So that having a chance to throw out a first pitch was great. Coming here to the ballpark, bringing Cub Scout groups. I mean, so many times coming out here. Just coming out here to sit down and just relax.
It's been a great place to have a 9-inning vacation. Let's send it down on the concourse again. Here's more with Amber Lynn.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Well, I'm here with Benny and Megan, and you guys have a really special story surrounding the Smokies. Tell everyone why you have such a special connection here.
You want me to go? So in 2013, we had our first date here. I was about to turn 50. I knew it was getting late in the game for me, so I needed a strong last at bat. So I thought, for our first date, I'm going to bring her to some place where I know what's going on so I can impress her. Baseball was my first love, so we came to a Smokies game, and it was absolutely amazing.
And Megan, from your point of view, like being able to come to this last game here at this last date of the stadium, what is that like for you?
Well, the first date was 11 innings of baseball, so it went a little long, and but it did kick off my love of baseball. So being here today is really special. It's really sweet. My stepdaughter and her boyfriend are here today too, so we're making it an event. It's good to be here.
Yes, you guys have now been married for 8 years total. That's absolutely incredible. And so tell me, you guys are big baseball fans in general. Who's your team?
I think this.
Oh, yeah. We got to tell them all about this. This is where you guys were earlier, national champions. Go Vols. We're here for that. That's amazing.
I'm a Yankees fan too, but you got to give it up to the Cubs organization. They're amazing. Randy Boyd, the folks here. I mean, we're so excited about them coming downtown, but this place will always have a special place in our heart. First place we had a date, first place we had a kiss as well, because when you win in 11 innings, that's extra baseball, free baseball. I told her, if you win, tradition is you get a kiss, and so that was our first kiss.
Megan, you told me this story on the phone, and it's so beautiful, and I love how you played that right in there. If you wouldn't mind sharing that with the viewers of y'all.
He said, well, we won in 11 innings. That deserves a kiss. And that was our first kiss on the berm, right out there.
Yeah.
Well, if I do say so, that's pretty magical. Who doesn't love baseball and love? So thank you guys so much for joining us today. Absolutely. Oh, no, this is huge. This is awesome. And it's all thanks to you, people like you. So thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're going to be here downtown. You got to be there, too. And I know 2 other guys that are also going to be there next season. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Amber. What a great story.
Yeah, romance in the air.
Who would have known? I wonder if I was broadcasting that game. I'm thinking 11 innings.
You may have played a role and didn't even know it.
Yeah, right. Maybe I had the call. I had the wrong call, though. I'm just watching the game, not paying attention to what was going on in the berm.
But you hear about that. We got so many responses during the course of the week from people who said this was our first date. This is where we got engaged. This is where we had our I talked to a couple that this is where they had a small wedding. And they thought, well, instead of doing dancing and whatnot, we're going to the ball game. So they took everybody out to the ballpark, and that's where they had their reception.
Here's the 2-2, and Terrell Tatum hits a ground ball, base hit, pass for Dugo, and that's a 2-out single for Tatum. Aaron's with a 3-0 lead.
I got to tell you, there's something about baseball. When my wife and I started dating, I already alluded that, you know, she's from Detroit. Whenever I would come up, that would be our date. She would go get us tickets to Old Tiger Stadium. We would go watch Detroit play, and but it's great. You come out, you hang out, you know, for 9 innings, get a chance to chat, relax,
and get kisses on the berm.
Only if the team wins.
Only if they win.
Only if the team wins.
I didn't know that tradition. I've actually been around baseball a long time, my entire life.
Well, now your day's complete. You've learned something new.
And that's the best part about the game, honestly, is that I've showed up, I don't even want to count how many games, but you really do see or learn something new every single day you're at the ballpark. It's what makes baseball magical.
It really is, yeah. And look at the family here out on the berm, having a picnic. Might be her first game, who knows, but, you know, These are family memories that are being created here at this stadium. So many through the years, that is for sure.
Weston Eberle at the plate. He struck out his only time up. They're getting closer and closer.
I was to say, each one should have brought a glove.
You don't know. You want him barehanded. If you're going to do it.
I don't know. I keep having that flashback to the movie The Natural when he shattered the glass in the broadcast booth.
That would be awesome. Because, see, I've got glass here. You've got the open window.
I've got a big hole in front of me here, yeah.
Now, it's a beautiful day. I mean, just look at that view. Amazing. This ballpark really held up. And if we were talking about Randy Boyd, Randy and Jenny, the owners of the team, since the day that they bought the franchise, they came in with 5 pillars of business success. One of them was the community. You know, one of them was the Smokies. One of them was the front office. And they just have treated everyone here with just nothing but love and respect. They've been the best to work for. And they've done a lot to keep this place up as that ball is grounded to cows. And the inning's over. Well, we're going to take a look back at this gorgeous stadium. Right here with John Haney.
Welcome to Smokies Park, the beautiful new facility built for the cost of $19.4 million. That's right, nearly $20 million for all this. So what do you get for that kind of change? Let's find out. You got to have a place to sit at the ballpark, and your first option is always the bleachers, usually for the entertainment-minded baseball fan. But if you're serious about the game, I highly recommend the plush box seats. Let's check out the locker room now, and the most important item in it, no, not the players, but the big screen TV.
I like that TV over there.
No new facility is complete without a new scoreboard, and this one lives up to its billing. May I introduce you to the Daktronics Starburst Venus 7000. No, I didn't make that up. It's wired for sound, video, and animation. Plus, it'll even tell you who's winning the game. The concessions, that's what makes any beautiful stadium what it is. Plenty of options here. You can't come to the ballpark for at least 3 hours without making that occasional pit stop, and you want it to be nice. Let me go check. You'll have to trust me, nice and clean and plenty of options. The new facility is so nice that they have not one, but two mascots, Slugger and Diamond. And let me tell you something about these guys. They're good. Give us your best party stunt. Well, they're still working on things, but as the season progresses, I'm sure they'll improve. So that's the dime tour of this brand spanking new facility. I'm not an accountant or an architect, and I've never spent $19.4 million. But you know what? I think they got their money's worth.
All right, there you go. Look at that.
Hey, it's no Daktronics Venus, whatever that was that he said, but it's funny to look back, you know. I mean, we didn't even have the umbrellas out in the left field. We didn't have, you looked at the new age television they had in there in the clubhouse. You can't find those anywhere. But boy, for the day, that was big time.
Yeah, technology's definitely come a long ways in 25 years. Felix Stevens, we call him Big Flex. At 6'4", 225, looks like he could be a linebacker on the Vols football team. 7 home runs and 35 batted in this year. But yeah, I loved it. Going through Randy and Jenny redid the clubhouse for the players not too long ago. It's a great clubhouse. Even going to the new stadium where it's even going to be better. Right. You got the double deck that was added out in left, and then a porch out in right field. Smokies president Chris Allen, very instrumental when he came over and helping Randy Boyd, Doug Kirchhoffer, just keep the facility upgraded. And it was something when Randy bought the team. He said, I'm looking at this as an investment in the community. We're going to continue to do stuff to upgrade. And going back and seeing that video, to be perfectly honest with you, it really didn't change a whole lot until the Boyds bought the team and started to really reinvest in the stadium and then obviously the new ballpark.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a tremendous job out here. That is for sure. And I cannot wait to see the finished product in Knoxville. We've been watching it come along, bit by bit, and it is truly something. They're losing umbrellas out here, by the way, in left field. We really haven't talked a whole lot about the wind today. I mean, we've alluded to it from time to time, but they've lost a couple umbrellas out here. I've seen kind of take off out here on the porch area, so hopefully everybody's okay over there.
Blustery day at the stadium. It hasn't kept the ball in the park as Stevens strikes out. And there's one down. When the Smokies moved from Bill Myers Stadium to this ballpark, they were a Toronto Blue Jays affiliate. And then from there, they went to the Cardinals. Then they went to the Diamondbacks, and then since 2007, they've been the Cubs. When we go all the way back, how about being a Boston Bees?
Right.
They were the Orioles affiliate when they had a guy named Earl Weaver as a second baseman. Somebody said, hey, this guy's probably not going to make it. Let's just turn him into player manager.
I think that worked out for him.
It did. At one point, Chico Rodriguez, who was the shortstop on the team, stopped into the booth and said, hey to me. And he said, yeah, I was there when Earl was the shortstop or the second baseman. And then, he never thought he was going to manage, and he turned into a Hall of Famer for Baltimore.
I mean, but they've had so many amazing players that have gone on to do great things in the bigs, all the way back to like Hoyt Wilhelm, with the old New York Giants.
And the old knuckleballer, as that ball is hit in the center field and a base hit for Chavers. Now B.J. Murray coming up, struck out his only time up. Smokies down 3 here in the bottom of the third. Yeah, it's really been fun. Baltimore was an affiliate, saw them on the screen. The Tigers were an affiliate for a long time. Right. And then the White Sox. And actually the Smokies are the Cubs and the Barons are the White Sox. The Barons became the White Sox affiliate after they left Knoxville. They've been it ever since. But the championships that were won in 74 and 78 were as members of the White Sox organization.
Right. Went from the south side to the north side.
That's right.
Back again. And both these teams have so much history. I mean, you think of the Barons, Michael Jordan pops to mind immediately.
Well, I'll tell you what, too, Satchel Paige for them. Reggie Jackson, back when Charlie Finley owned the team and they were an A's affiliate. They went on to win 3 straight World Series. back in the early 70s, Fight of Blue, Catfish Hunters. I mean, you're talking about the Barons are, in baseball history, they have to be near the top as far as having Hall of Famers and players. Frank Thomas played there in the Big Hurt.
Yeah, and you mentioned Vital Blue. I remember as a kid watching the A's. I mean, my goodness. That was back during their heyday. Just unbelievable on the mound.
Raleigh Fingers.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with Billy Williams and Raleigh Fingers, and he was talking about Charlie Finley and Bear Bryant Jr. They were the guys that owned and ran the team in Birmingham. And he was telling me stories about what that was like back at old Rickwood Field, which, by the way, Major League Baseball played a game there this year.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You bring up the Athletics. What an interesting time for them right now, that whole organization. But really, obviously next year they're going to Sacramento for 3 years, I believe, and then they'll eventually move to Vegas. That team is... I'm not a big fan of teams relocating, but boy, they definitely have pulled out the moving van several times, starting in Philly and moving around the country. Good look at the crowd. Great crowd out here today.
Ben Cow's up. Smokies looking for some action here. Garrett Shanley's been in control.
He really has. And we talked about this at the beginning of the broadcast about how the Smokies really needed to come out of the gate, with the exception of one game where they got some runs on the board in the first in this series. Birmingham has pretty much shut them down in the first three. So, obviously here we are in the third, still looking to get a run.
Neil Ridley was one of the great owners of the team.
Yep.
He owned the team, and he also did dry cleaning.
Yes. Local businessman, and these are some amazing pictures that we were able to get. Looking back, there's the certificate of membership, the Southern League for the Knoxville team. There he is with Dizzy Dean, former Hall of Fame pitcher and broadcaster.
There's a fly ball to shallow. No, that's not even in the shallow center field. The wind takes that, and it's Matthews that comes in and bails him out. Yeah, Ridley, one of the great owners in franchise history. You could work for the Smokies and also do dry cleaning in the offseason.
That's right. He was just a businessman who all of a sudden one day woke up and was talking to some folks, and the next thing you know, he's owning a baseball team to keep it in Knoxville, to have that minor league franchise, and obviously a lot of success.
Sharp suit there. We've played 3, Barons 3, Smokies nothing.
3, 2, 1.
Ha, I win. Paper beats rock.
Wrong. This is a ram. Ram beats everything.
Kind of feel like you're cheating, but also kind of makes sense. So, best 2 out of 3?
No. Bet's a bet. You owe me lunch. Sliders, no mayo.
Premier family pricing equals up to $12,123 off new Ram trucks. Or save up to $17,291 off new Jeep with 0% financing available during the Make This a Summer event.
North Knox, Secret City, across the Dodge Jeep. Ram.
Hi, my name is Lee Cowden, and I'm an attorney at Vermillion Law. We have offices in Maryville and Knoxville, Tennessee. I'd like to talk to you about joint decision makers on powers of attorney forms, like a durable power of attorney or a healthcare power of attorney. Often I'm asked by families if they can have, for example, all of their children make decisions for them if they're incapacitated. And I used to say sure without hesitation, but nowadays I hesitate because some banks are giving us a little bit of pushback. They prefer that there be a single person be the decision maker and the check signer, and that person simply confer with other family members before making final decisions. Whichever way you decide to go, it's best to have a conversation with your attorney before you make that final decision. If you'd like to learn more about powers of attorney and the latest trends in estate planning, we encourage you to come to one of our free seminars. We have them in Maryville and Knoxville. My name is Lee Cowden, and I'm here for you because estate planning is for everyone.
Back out at the ballpark on this gorgeous Sunday, and I tell you, it's a great day to wear that bright pink out at the stadium. 3-0 Barons.
See some volunteer fans out there as well.
Last game at Smoky Stadium. Can you believe that?
No, I can't. It's still trying to sink in, we've been talking so much about the new ballpark over the last several months, but not really thinking about, well, eventually we're going to have to say goodbye to this one. And it's still just we were talking about all the upgrades that have been made over the years. We saw John's package from 2000. John, I hope you're watching. He lives around the corner from me. Hope you enjoyed that, by the way. But just a beautiful ballpark, a beautiful facility.
Let's send it downstairs. Amber with a very special part of the Smokies team. Oh, look, there it is. Homer.
Yes, you guys. I'm here with the friendliest mascot in baseball, probably one of the best. Now, Homer, I understand you're having a great time today. Yeah. All right, yeah. And I tell you what, this is a celebrity right here. We've had people, yes, you are fantastic. Yeah, he is a celebrity of the moment. He's had people come and give him pictures, all the things. What's your favorite part about baseball? Home runs, I get it. Yeah, absolutely. Dingers. Absolutely love it. So what are you going to miss about the stadium here? Yeah. I get it. Yeah, all the people, I just speak his language. I mean, he's the best, friendliest mascot. What's it mean to be the friendliest mascot here in baseball? Yeah, I know. Local East Tennessee celebrity here, you guys. Love being here with him. Homer Hound, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I'm going to send it back to you guys.
All right, there he is. Homer Hound.
You do see a lot of pictures. A lot of, just about everybody here's probably got a picture with Homer Hound, or at least their kids do.
There's a smash in the air, deep to center field, and that's going to be past Cowles and up against the wall. And it'll be a leadoff double for Matthews.
Cowles stressed out for that one, just couldn't quite get to it. But again, Cowles leading things off here for Birmingham, and in scoring position right out of the gate.
Aaron's got 2 home runs from DJ Gladney, a 2-run shot in the first and a solo home run in the third. And I say this is the last game, but I got to clarify. Yeah. The Smokies and the Barons play game 1 of the best of 3 North Division Championship Series in this stadium on Tuesday. Now, what's odd about the Southern League is that the Smokies are 16 games better than Birmingham on the year, but because they won the first half, somehow that makes them the home field advantage team, right? So you will be down there on Thursday and Friday. It's just the way that this league works.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a system, right, I guess, because they've got to make arrangements with the ballparks and what have you, so they've got to get that set up. But, yeah, it is kind of odd how that plays out. You've been down there. What's it like for those that have not been to Birmingham to see a game?
Yeah, 2013, they built a new stadium, downtown Birmingham, really nice, as that ball's lofted out to Chavers. Sunglasses glaring as he makes the catch. But it's a fantastic facility. I always enjoy being there. It's a big ballpark. It's in downtown Birmingham. It's revitalized that area by UAB. And I'm guessing that, that's kind of what the vision is for the new Smoky Stadium. You put it down there. It's an old city, which was already fantastic. Just gives you one more reason to want to go downtown. It's going to be a lot closer for everyone. I think people felt the same way about the Regions Field where the Barons play, because they played at the Hoover Met, which is where the SEC championship is. But it was, in Hoover, it was kind of off the beaten path. And then, it's downtown now.
Yeah. Well, we've seen it with, obviously the Lookouts have had their stadium right downtown Chattanooga for years now, and they're looking to build a new facility. But, with Knoxville building a new facility as well, you're just seeing that all these teams now, it used to be you had to go out to the burbs, and everything seems to be coming back into the city. Though I think Chattanooga, are they building across the river? Is that where they're going?
They're putting it near Moccasin Bend.
Okay.
So when you're stuck in traffic there, and I think everybody watching knows.
Where aren't you stuck in traffic in Chattanooga?
That Chattanooga has done a fantastic job for 30 years of having the worst traffic in maybe the entire South. I mean, I've been driving through there. But what I really appreciate about it is it's always in a different area. No, I'm just kidding. I lived in Chattanooga for 2 years, and I drive past there a lot. But when you go around Moccasin Bend, there was, I think, a steel plant that it's right there. They're clearing that out, and that's where the stadium is supposed to go.
Okay. Because they still have the older ballpark still standing there, too.
Yeah.
Right? I know they shot some 42, the movie there.
Yep, they sure did. Jackie Robinson's story, 42. Part of it was filmed at Ingle Stadium. Ingle, one of the the last of the historic Southern League parks, but it's in disrepair, and what I really think's cool about the Barons being able to play this year, the Rickwood Classic, and then, of course, we honored Willie Mays in Birmingham at their old stadium. It's where the Black Barons played, Satchel Paige, Piper Davis, all of the great Negro League players that came through also shared that facility. Major League Baseball came in and put like $5 million into it.
Right.
And that one is still together, and it's actually fantastic. I was there for the game when the Giants and the Cardinals played this year.
Yeah, I mean, and it's great to be able to keep that history alive. Unfortunately, Knoxville had the Knoxville Black Giants, if I'm not mistaken, that played, and unfortunately that ballpark is no longer there in East Knoxville. But, Bill Meyer, we've mentioned Bill Meyer a few times. The stadium's not there, but the field is still there. It's still used, which is great. It's now Todd Helton, Neil Ridley Field, and it's still great to see this getting used. Every once in a while it's great to drive by and you still see the lights on. It kind of makes you think back to when there used to be a ballpark there.
Yeah, right. I can remember driving past, and you would go by there, and you could see there was a game on because of the lights. You'd see the tall light towers, but that's as close as I ever went to going to a game to be honest with you, at Bill Meyer. Missed my opportunity.
Yeah. Still got the old factory or whatever that building is out there, still standing. That used to be out down the left field line. And Standard Knitting Mill is what I was told. That's right. Yeah, so there you go.
Well, I've had lots of players that were with the Blue Jays, the Carlos Delgados of the world, that come by and say, yeah, I hit a lot of home runs there, and I hit them through the windows at that stadium.
It's amazing. It's the great thing about minor league baseball. Sometimes you don't know who you're watching right now.
Yeah.
But years from now. I actually went back a few years ago, found an old box, opened it up, was going through, it was in storage, a bunch of old baseball cards, right? I thought, okay, let's go through this. Being from North Carolina, my grandparents lived in Gastonia, outside of Charlotte.
I know that.
And Sims Legion Park. We would go there every summer.
I broadcast.
Okay, so you know exactly where I'm talking. I've won a couple of pies throwing it through the hole for the Shoney's, things like that.
Yeah.
Anywho, you're going through and you're looking at, I had some old Gastonia Rangers cards, and who's sitting in the deck? Some guy named Samuel Sosa. Which people forget, Sammy Sosa started with the Rangers organization, and you're sitting there thinking, oh my goodness. I mean, who would have thought back then? I'm looking at a guy that would have been in a home run chase and whatnot. But
Slammin' Sammy.
Slammin' Sammy, yeah. So
this will make you feel old, but I'm going to do it.
Please don't.
One of my interns told me, they said, hey, that guy that was on the Cubs with the American flag running around, and I'm like, are you talking about Sammy Sosa? I mean, come on, man. Caleb, he's an intern at Tennessee. Yeah, I miss those, the Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire home run chase days.
Oh, yeah. That was something.
Ground ball to first, Murray. Second one, back to first. No, off the glove of Sanders. Couldn't help himself on the low throw to first, and they get the middleman. There's 2 outs, 3-0 score. Talking about those old stadiums, it's not like Knoxville's had this long list of ballparks, right?
Right.
But there's a look at the new Municipal Stadium, right? Which turned into Bill Meyer.
That's you gotta love. I just love sitting back and looking at these old photos, and it takes you back. It doesn't matter if you're from Knoxville, you probably remember some of these walking through those gates. But we were just mentioning Sims Legion Park in an old stadium. The old ballpark in Charleston that we used to go watch the old Charleston Rainbows before they became the River Dogs, and they moved into a bigger facility. So many stories and just. When you think baseball back in the day.
Yeah, one of those had the broadcast on there. I can remember John Ward coming in and talking to me about when he broadcasted Smokies games. And in Lindsey Nelson's book, he talked about broadcasting Smokies games. And Bob Kessling did Smokies games. And I think for some reason, he did Smokies games and might have worked or done something with the cleaners back in the day. So, but you're talking about some really great broadcasters and staples of the community that were part of the Knoxville baseball team.
Really was. Hey, we got to give a shout out here to East Tennessee Historical Society. A lot of these photos that you've been seeing, that's where they were provided from. And also Larry Ridley, the son of Neil Ridley, who had a lot of this. A lot of this was from his collection that now the East Tennessee Historical Society oversees, and just brings back a lot of memories for a lot of people. If you love nostalgia, look no further than baseball, man, because you got plenty of it.
All right, they pop out. The Barons leave a couple of men on base. To the bottom of the 4th inning, Smokies coming back up. They trail the Barons 3-0.
Hi,
I'm Mandy Walker, owner of the Walk Counseling Services in Knoxville, Tennessee. Many people don't know that suicide is the second leading cause of death in the age group 24 to 35 in Tennessee. What we find is pretty universal. People let stressors build up, they get overwhelmed, they don't know how to navigate, and we want to help connect people to the right clinician that can help walk with them through their stressors and really help them find their way. And when they don't have hope, find hope with them. If you or someone you know would like to take the next step in the counseling process, please feel free to scan the QR code on the screen and reach out to us. We are conveniently located in Knoxville, right off of Paper Mill Road. At the Walk Counseling, we've got you.
3-0 Barons on what has been so far a glorious day at the ballpark. With Bo Williams, I'm Mick Gillespie. Smokies and Barons final regular season game.
This is when the Smokies bats and getting some runs has really come to life in this series. They've got 5 runs so far in the 4th inning over the past 5 games. So if they're going to get something going, this is the time they need to start doing it.
And you know, when they get a rally going, they throw inflatable tires into the stand. That's normally how
it works, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah.
Either that or you run through with a pizza and whoever screams loudest gets it.
Whatever happened just to turning your hat inside out, right?
Well, you don't put the rally cap on.
Well, that's true till late.
Until late, right?
Yeah. I don't know, though. Down 3-0. The way that Shanley's been pitching, we may want to put him on a little bit earlier.
Luis Verdugo will try to get something going for the Smokies, then Pablo Aliendo, then Cam Smith. This edition of the Smokies obviously having not just that the stadium is, moving to, or the new stadium's being erected in Knoxville, but this team at 87-49 has the best record, the best winning percentage. If they win today, they'll tie for the most wins and have played a lot less games than any other team over the 100+ years, right? But the last 20 years since the Cubs have been the affiliate, it's been really interesting as that'll right to Matthews and Verdugo's thrown out. When you talk about what this stadium meant to the game of baseball, it really goes back to the Cubs winning the World Series. Yeah. Chris Bryant, Javi Baez, Kyle Schwarber, all of those guys, Kyle Hendricks coming through here and being developed for the Cubs to win it in 2016.
It really brought the community in here because like a lot of people said, man, I saw them play, right here on this field. And I know when they brought the trophy back, when it was making the rounds to all the minor league teams and the lines that came out, people would take their picture, and it really just made the community. We are miles and miles, from Chicago, but you really felt a part of that winning season, knowing that some of these players were here and then the trophy coming back. It's just been a great relationship. It really has over the last several years.
A lot of times you build a new stadium and over the course of time, the attendance goes down. Mm-hmm. That hasn't been the case here. I've mentioned before that fans in East Tennessee, they love baseball. They love the Vols and they love the Smokies, and they show up in record numbers, and you can see on that slide there that it wasn't the first year the stadium that had the highest attendance. It was actually 2017, the year after the Cubs won the World Series, which is amazing. But that goes to what Randy Boyd brought to, and I know you're going, man, he keeps talking about Randy Boyd. Look, I have to, because
he's done a lot.
I'm being honest, guys. He really is. Him and Jenny are the catalyst behind the success of keeping this thing still interesting. Putting in all of the amenities, making the food better, making the line shorter, caring about the players and the fans and the community, and making this still one of the best ballparks to go to in minor league baseball.
Without question. But you see that, when you think baseball, Randy Boyd, you go all the way up to the Tri-Cities and what he has done with teams there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this ballpark, they've put so much into it, and they're just doing that and more in Knoxville.
Our thing has always been America's friendliest ballpark. And when people come and they say, hey, I was at Smoky Stadium, I've worked here for a while. They'll say, something happens, Smokies, they want to tell me. I take so much pride in people saying, everyone was so nice to me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how we are in the volunteer state anyway, right? I mean, that's part of our DNA, but at the same time, like smiling at a customer. Hey, great to see you today, and trying to do the best you can. Here's a high fly ball to right field, and Smith's going to be out. But just making this, it's not just about the players on the field, that they're part of the story, but it's also making the fans feel like they're part of, we appreciate them being here, and that they're part of the fabric of what we do.
And I've heard that talking to fans this week, coming over here for some of the games, just talking about, I mentioned earlier the couple that had their wedding reception here, and they said that the crew here went out of their way to make sure that they had a memorable day, which it already was. They had just gotten married, right? But to really cap it off and making sure that they were taken care of, involved in some of the events between innings that makes minor league baseball so special. And you just hear all kinds of stories. We've talked with ushers this week who have been here over the last 4 or 5 years, and what this has meant to them and how they feel they give back to the community when they come to the gate. So it's just a great place to come and hang out, and that's just part of it, why it's kind of a bittersweet day. You know, it's hard to say goodbye. So many memories, and just such a great place to come watch baseball. But also there's that excitement. These people look so relaxed. But just so, the excitement that's building for next season as well.
And I think of Don Zamia. He was the longtime elevator guy, and when you're the broadcaster, people want to come up and say hi to you. Sometimes you know him, sometimes you don't. Well,
right.
Don was, he was the guy that handled the elevator and made sure that we got the right people there, and then maybe he was my guy.
Yeah.
And we lost Don last year. Actually, yesterday we gave out our first Don Zamia Award. It's for an employee that goes above and beyond as a part-time person because they love being here so much.
That's right.
And just talking about people getting married when, part of Don is on the field. He wanted his ashes spread out over Smokies Stadium. So it really goes to show you how much people love this place.
Yeah, it really is a part of their lives. I was talking to a gentleman, Brent Atchley.
Yeah.
And he's the brother of Brian Atchley, who was so instrumental bringing this team, this ballpark, to Sevier County. And Brent was talking about, he still has the same season tickets. He's sitting down there in row 3, right there next to the Smokies dugout. But just talking about, his brother was here for every game that first season.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm going to be here for every game this season. Of course, he pretty much makes it to a lot of games anyhow in between. But, he went to the postseason last year. But
saw him down there.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. And just the memories he has and coming back and the stories, it really is. It's great to listen to.
Yeah, his brother was a fantastic guy.
Oh, yeah.
Mayor Atchley, you couldn't find a better guy. That's inside, and that's ball 4. So now the Smokies with a couple of walks have 2 men on base, and they're a swing away from tying this game. As Ezekiel Pagan will come to the plate. He struck out his only time up. Garrett Shanley has been tough on the Smokies today.
I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to jinx it. I already kind of mentioned how they've had good 4th innings in this series, but I'm not going to say anything else.
You remember the old San Diego Chicken?
Yeah.
He back. I guess it's been a while now, but when he was still touring.
Yeah.
The Smokies were playing in Chattanooga, and he was there and was showing me how he jinxes people.
Right,
you just wave your fingers at them. Right? That's how you do it?
Yeah.
You point at him with your...
That's what he does, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm doing that right now.
There you go.
There's a fly ball, shallow center field, and a diving catch by Hogan. And that'll end the inning. The jinx didn't work.
Jinxed the wrong guy.
They thought I was pointing at our guys. On to the 5th. Barons still lead the Smokies 3-0.
Hi. Deprioritized. But it's a work call.
Oh, a work call?
Deprioritized.
T-Mobile home internet relies on cell phone towers. So when their network gets busy,
Not the fridge, come on.
you can be deprioritized.
It's too bad. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Forget T-Mobile cell phone internet. Get home internet that puts you first. Get Spectrum.
Sometimes the easiest way to change your home is to change your furniture, which is why we partnered with Rooms to Go on our Drew and Jonathan furniture collection. So whether this is your first time decorating a space or you've made a career out of it, you can feel confident knowing that we've got your back. With styles you'll love today and for years to come, and quality construction that will stand the test of time. So while we can't renovate for everyone, we can give you the tools you need to fall in love with your space all over again. It's the Drew and Jonathan collection for Rooms to Go.
In East Tennessee, our work heritage runs deep. For more than a century, the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union Local 102 has been a part of the area's growth and prosperity. Don't sell yourself or your business short by hiring unskilled labor. Our cutting-edge labor training facility equips our members with the advanced skills needed to be the very best in the industry. Keep jobs local and the money in the state. At Local 102, we work tirelessly today to help build a better tomorrow for our community and our members.
All right, it's 3-0. Barons lead the Smokies. I'm Mick Gillespie with Bo Williams, and let's check back in with Amber Lynn.
Alrighty, you guys, we'll have a really cool story for you here. I'm at Gracie May's lemonade stand with Gracie May and Amy. Tell me why this place is so spectacular to you guys and your family.
Well, we've been here for quite some time. This is our 8th year, and we started out serving snow cones. And with our family, I have 5 children. My husband and I have been involving the kids in this business for 8 years. And then we started Gracie May's lemonade stand 5 years ago. So it's just really grown the kids. It's taught them how to just involve themselves with people and engage in conversation and serve. And so it's just been a great experience for our family. And we've really enjoyed all the fans and the regular customers that come back and a great staff. So it really does feel like home at Smokies. And we'll miss the stadium for sure. But we can move on to the next stadium with them, and we're looking forward to that.
I love that. So special with your family. And you even said some of your kiddos were bat boys at one point.
Yes, ma'am. 3 of them have been bat boys, as well as serving in the concession stands.
That's fantastic. Gracie May, how much does it mean to you to be able to have your own place and your own stand, which looks amazing, by the way. I love the lemons. Everything looks amazing.
It means a lot. It's like an impact on my life. It's special.
That's fantastic. Well, I love this. It's an entire family event, and thank you guys for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having us.
Absolutely. We got to come find them. Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to serve you a lemonade or a tea if you all would like it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hey, guys, you hear this? You got to come down. We'll send it back to you.
Hey, count us in. I'd take an Arnold Palmer, a little combination of both.
A little iced tea, a little lemonade, definitely. Yeah, let's do it.
It's that hand squeeze stuff. Great job, Amber, and thank you guys for hanging out with us. 3-0 the score here in the 5th inning. Sanders in his Double-A debut, 4 innings, 8 hits, and 3 runs with a walk and 4 strikeouts. Oh, they're in there making it. Did you see that?
I like that. That was good. Run a couple up here. Or maybe I'll just run down there and grab some for us.
There's a fly, but no pop fly. Cowles gives way to Verdugo. The second baseman makes the catch.
So for Gladney, at least this time, it wasn't 3 straight home runs. They were able to finally get him under control.
Mitchell Transky is the new pitcher. But let's talk hot dogs. Look at all those hot dogs that the Smokies have served there. Bags of peanuts. Wow, that's a lot of peanuts.
Oh my goodness!
And I've drank probably 777 of those.
So you've got to wash the popcorn and the peanuts and the hot dogs down with something, right?
We did this. I don't know why we did it. We tried to do the 999 challenge. 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, 9 innings.
Goodness.
I made it halfway.
Halfway. I was just saying, no, there's no way.
Tom Whitney, the father of Blake Whitney, made it all 9 innings.
Are you serious?
His came up here before the game to say goodbye. Yeah. I had to bail out.
I would have been asleep by the 4th, I think, maybe.
I don't know how. Did you see that Kobayashi and
yes.
Joey Chestnut went head to head?
I don't know how they do it. I have no clue.
You got to dip your bun in beer to keep the thing going. There's a fly ball to right, and Stevens there.
I love the different walk-up tunes. You know, I hear Flash Gordon from Queen. I mean, I can't remember the last time I heard that on the radio.
So if Bo Williams had a walk-up song, what would it be?
I don't know. First one that comes to mind, probably "Don't Bring Me Down" from ELO.
I asked Ryan Sandberg that once. He was obviously Hall of Famer, and I think the only Hall of Fame manager that managed in the Southern League and the new Southern League, the Smokies manager in 2009. And he said "Jump" by Van Halen. That was what WGN used to play, back in the day when the Cubs would come on. But then lately I think he changed that to something else. But back then he was saying "Jump" by Van Halen. I thought, that's a good one. This might end the inning. No, Murray can't handle it. And that'll be an error on the first baseman. Barons catch another break. They've out-hit the Smokies 8-2. Smokies with a couple of singles. And now a mistake by the normally sure-handed Murray.
Just kind of miscalculated that hop, that's for sure. It's not as easy as it looks, though. We sit there and go, okay, it's a routine play. But if you've ever played baseball, and it's coming at you so fast, and you say, well, these guys are, they ought to be able to do that at this point. But still, it's not as easy as it appears.
Here's Eberle. Weston Eberle. 0 for 2 today, and he takes ball 1.
Talk about misjudging a hop. Back when I used to play, I was a catcher. My managers, the coach said, hey, I'm going to put you out at short. I said, all right. First batter. Ground ball hit me right in the face. Never played short again.
I'm not laughing at you.
No,
I'm laughing with you.
You can laugh at me if you'd like. I was like, I want to go back where I put a mask on.
No, they probably should have just taken the mask and thrown it out the shortstop.
Probably. Yeah.
They're like, hey, Bo, way to use your head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those are the days.
There's a swing and a bit of strike 2. I think we all have those stories.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember I played a lot of baseball. I only remember the home runs. I don't remember the strikeouts anymore.
I never hit a home run, so I remember a lot of the strikeouts. I only got to play because I could field. I was not known for the bat.
I think that's what made baseball America's pastime, though, is that so many kids grow up playing, and now you have softball, which has become a major sport. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. So the error will not affect this ball game. So it's 3-0 as we head to the 5th. But before we get to the bottom of the inning, let's send it over to Mark Packer with Chris Allen.
And another special guest who will introduce, we kind of set the broadcast up today as kind of, there's the past, and then there's kind of where we are, and then there's the future. So the where we are right now and the transition of today in this last game here in Kodak, it does bring in Chris Allen, who's the CEO and president of Boyd Sports, who owns the Smokies, as well as several other teams, and Dennis Schneider. And Dennis, what's funny is that you guys have been working together for a long time, yet on the way out, I asked him what your title was, and he looked at you and says, I don't know, Dennis, what's your title? So what's your title?
It's actually stadium manager.
Stadium manager. So you've been the guy that's been doing what for 25 years here?
I'm basically the go-between between the city and the county and the baseball team. Smokies.
Okay. So Chris, with that said, relationships like this one right here are ones that you can take for granted over 25 years. But what has the relationship meant here in Sevierville? Because this is not some bad breakup.
No. I mean, look, Dennis is I guess he's the glue that keeps it all together here. He's the first person I call when I need something from the city or county. I go to Dennis, say, Dennis, how should we handle something like this? And he has been fantastic. I'm sure that first year I was here, I probably drove him crazy because I would call him all the time, want to make all these changes, and he's thinking, oh, this guy's getting on my nerves. But after some time, we developed a great relationship, and I'm going to miss Dennis more than anybody here.
So, Dennis, for you, can you put into words what the 25-year run has been right here at this place?
Oh, my gosh, it has impacted my life so much. I had I was working at Dollywood, came to work here, and it was my dream to work for a baseball club. I've been a fan all my life, and to get the job to manage the facility for the city and the county, and the growth of the stadium, the changes, everything that's happened.
Yeah.
The first year, there were no trees out there on the outfield bank. I mean, that was just all love grass. And so many different things that's happened over the years, odd things that's happened. But it's been a great working relationship. The Smokies have been great. I mean, they're more like family now than just somebody I work with.
Chris, I've asked the question, what do they do with this place? What happens here?
You know what? That's really an answer for Dennis. But from my understanding, they're looking for bids. They're going to sell the property, and that's really all I know.
Okay.
I just know they're going to look for a bid.
Yeah, pretty much what we're going to do. We'll be putting out an RFQ. What we want to do is find potential developers that are interested in buying the facility, because we want to make sure that the facility is taken care of even before we sell it. We want to make sure what's going in. So that somebody doesn't just buy it and let it sit here and go down. So we're looking for tax revenue, obviously, for the future, too.
So, Chris, exciting times, though. We'll transition just a little bit, then we'll get back to Dennis. So, I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and do this because they're telling me kind of hurry up. Hey, guys, go ahead and bring over, if you will. You've got a presentation to make here to Dennis.
Yes, Dennis, with all of the time and dedication and all the hard work you put in, you have really made all of this possible and made the relationship so wonderful. We decided to give you our highest honor, I believe, which is the final
Bring it
flag
over here in front, guys.
from the Smokies that hung here at the ballpark for the final season. It's dedicated to you.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you, guys.
Let's not drop it. I'll put my foot underneath it. But explain again what this is. What does this mean to you, Dennis? This is the flag that's flown over this stadium this last season.
This is 25 years of my life. And I'm thrilled. I got to say, I'm thrilled that it says Smokies and not Cubs. I'm a Cardinal fan. But during that 25-year period, we had 2 years of Cardinals. But this is like the ultimate to me right there. I'm just.
You're gonna have to find a wall big enough to hang this thing on, though. I'll tell you what, this thing's gigantic.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll find one.
You'll figure it out. Hey, guys, thanks so much.
Thank you, Chris.
It's been a great relationship here in Kodak and Sevierville, and now the team will make the move downtown. Guys, it's been a special day today. Hope the Smokies can come back, by the way. But what a special time here, guys. Chris.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Dennis.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you. All right, guys.
All right, that's fantastic. Dennis has been such an integral part of Smokies baseball. And team president Chris Allen, 2 really great guys there. Wonderful job by Mark.
Well, you could see too the emotions too of it all. When they were able to present him there with the flag, which is amazing. And yes, he will need a big wall to hang that on. But man, that was great.
B.J. Murray up, Smokies trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. A couple of home runs off the bat of DJ Gladney, a 2-run homer in the 1st and a solo home run in the 3rd, both to left field. The difference in this game.
Yeah, Barron's pitching, getting it done so far. I mean, we've had some opportunities, left a few men on, but otherwise we just had a hard time putting the ball where they ain't, so to speak.
There's a fly out to left. Stevens singled to start the inning. And Chavers struck out, and then B.J. Murray just flew out. And the Smokies, after winning 2-0 last night, have been stymied so far. Now Ben Callis coming up.
It's been a little quiet today as well at the plate.
Pitch is a swinging strike. Yeah, Cardinals 2 years affiliation with the Smokies, and that probably would have been a long-time relationship, but the Cardinals ended up buying a team, a AA team, moving it to Springfield, Missouri, and then it worked out perfectly for them. Just a short trip to St. Louis. Here's a fly ball into left field, and Tatum puts that away. And the Smokies leave another one on base. We head to the 6th inning. It's still the Barons 3 and the Smokies up.
Hello, my name is Jim Vanderstig, and I'm the president and CEO of Covenant Health. And we're out here today for something that's real exciting, additional discussion for what's going to be named the Covenant Health Park. The reason this made so much sense for Covenant Health is our mission is to improve the quality of life through better health. And while on one hand there's going to be baseball games out here, there'll be soccer games, there'll be 300 plus events that will take place out of here, and we're going to have a really unique opportunity to create an environment of wellness. And so when Randy Boyd and his sports groups first started talking to us, what we both realized is that we have a very similar mission. The things that are important to them were the same things that are important to us. We're a community-owned organization. We're headquartered here in Knoxville. We represent about 28 counties in East Tennessee. And so to be able to be part of something that's very, very special to the community was very, very exciting to us. Why today we celebrate the last ball game being in Kodak Park, we are looking forward to the first game being here in April. We think this is going to be such a unique experience, not only from the standpoint of a great ballpark, but all the things that are around in this community, restaurants, places to stay. And we just think it's going to be an incredible opportunity, an incredible experience for everybody who comes out here.
It's 3-0 Barons, and it's been a lot because of this guy right here, DJ Gladney. There's one down the line, and is it going to stay fair? Unfortunately, yes.
Just barely.
And it was 2-0 just like that. And he did it again. But watch how far this one went.
Keep in mind the wind's not cooperating here.
Not for him. Back to the wall, and that thing over the pavilion and into the foothill that this stadium was built into. So the Barons up by 3 thanks to those 2 home runs. Jason Matthews to lead off on a blustery day, and
had a double last time, yeah.
Doubled and struck out. It's great to see so many people stopping in the press box today, you know, just kind of swinging by. Mark French, longtime sweet cook, and a huge Cubs fan, and a big guy, too.
Yeah, very tall. I noticed that, yeah, when he walked in. But yeah, no, I mean, this ballpark has meant so much to so many people. We talk about the fans, but all the people that have worked here, and you heard from the gentleman at the beginning of the broadcast who was working down in the team shop and ended up helping out with some PA duties at one point. But, you know, drives in from, I think it was Monroe County, or Morgan County, but, you know, these people are coming from all around to be a part of this and have been doing it for years.
Trineski misses upstairs, and it's 3 balls and a strike. One of the great stories about last year's championship was a guy named Chris White. He goes by the nickname Cheddar Bob. He works with Mark. He's Mark's assistant. And he looks like the character Cheddar Bob in the Eminem movie 8 Mile. Okay? And that's what everybody knows him as. Well, got to this point last year, the Smokies were struggling. And ironically, they ran out of bat boys because school started. So they needed some help in the bat boy position. The Trail, who runs the clubhouse, said, hey, there's a guy that they call him Cheddar Bob. Well, Cheddar wore a full uniform, eye black. I mean, looked like he was ready to play every day. And it ignited the Smokies. They just made him their mascot.
Right.
And with the help of Cheddar Bob, they won their first championship in 45 years. Now, what I remember is I saw him down on the field. I love that. Kevin Graber had a great sense of humor, the manager, last year. And when they would win, he would give a speech to the team. They'd douse him in champagne as that ball's hitting the air. Stevens, a great job of battling the sun there, using his back as a shield, and he makes the catch, and Matthews is retired. But just sounds like around here, you just never know when you could go from the kitchen down on the field.
It's a team effort, truly, on and off the field.
Here's Matt Hogan to the plate. It's 3-0, and let's check in with Amber.
You didn't tell me that.
Well, I didn't tell him it was going to be live. I'm here with Brent. You're a season ticket holder. You actually spoke with Bo a couple weeks back, and we'd love to ask you about your history here with the Smokies.
Well, I've been here since day one. Past few years, I've been much more regular than in the early years because I had twin daughters, and that sort of limits your time at the ballpark. But haven't missed a game so far this year, or the last 7 games last year, and all playoff games.
That's That's awesome. And you talked a little bit about your family. Tell me the significance of how you started with your brother being able to come to every single game and how you did that and why you decided to do that as well.
Well, my brother was mayor of Sevierville, very involved in getting the team here. He loved baseball. So he attended every game the first season. And then he passed away in 2018. So I thought, why not, in honor and memory of him, I'd try to come every game this year, and I made it.
What's been your favorite thing about this season?
Hopefully we're going to repeat, but I just love the players. You can't ask for a better bunch of players. And the fans, the group I sit with down there, they're great baseball fans, great Smokies fans, so they're just good to be around.
I think that's one of my favorite things about minor league baseball is making these friends, making these friendships. How many friends have you made just from coming to games like this?
I would hate to say, I don't know. One of the best ones is Mason. You might have seen him, Nudie. He's always gives me a hug. Good friends, love being around him. He sits down there with us, so and his parents and other people down there. I don't want to start naming names. It's too many, yeah.
Hey, can't leave anybody out. Well, Brent, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for what you did in honor of your brother as well. It's wonderful. Yeah, absolutely. All righty, you guys, going to send it back to you.
Yeah, Mason Millsaps, one of our great young fans, and I see them all sitting down there. We have some really fantastic people that love this team.
And they're not all necessarily Cubs fans. They just love the Smokies, and they love what it means to this community.
There's a line drive right at Verdugo, who makes the catch. Season tickets available for next year already at the new stadium. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be really fun to see this new stadium and jump on those tickets now.
I've already got friends who have already claimed their seats. So they've already purchased season tickets. They cannot wait for the team. I know for some, it's going to be tougher to get down there, but for those in the Knoxville area, a lot of people are already jumping on those tickets, that is for sure. And looking forward to baseball back downtown.
Well, we're going to keep it right here, and one of the traditions at this stadium is coming right now, and it's called the Chicken Run. And basically what they do is they all line up, the kids, and then they release a chicken and they run after them. But I don't see it yet. They are coming, though.
That's what we're told. The excitement is building.
I see the chicken's head right here.
Yeah. These are one of the things that makes minor league baseball great. And of course, we've seen some of this now in the majors, not so much chasing after a chicken, but you got the what was it, the hot dogs, or what is it in Milwaukee? You got the brat races, right? And then in DC, the presidents.
Well, you have in this league, you've got astronauts in Rocket City, and in Birmingham, it's corn. And I don't know why. It's a giant corn and a crawfish and a chef, I think.
It sounds like a low country boil or something. I don't know. But
it looks like we're going to have the chicken run later on.
Maybe the chicken needs to stretch a little bit. Maybe there's that many kids going to be chasing after it.
He decided not to cross the road.
Oh, but still, you get a good look at the crowd, sitting out here, soaking in some sun. It's just a great way to kick back today. And also, seeing some pretty good baseball. I know everybody would like to see the Smokies to get on the board, and hopefully they will here soon.
Here's Luis Verdugo to lead off. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Arians have out-hit the Smokies 8-3, and the first pitch to him is ball 1. Climo in for his third inning of work. Shanley went 3 innings, 2 hits, and no runs, had 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, he had some commanding stuff when he was out there on the mound. He was really kind of taking care of business, but nothing has changed since they made the pitching change, it seems like, for the Barons.
You get these big crowds, and everyone is waiting for something to start cheering.
Right.
Great pitching always seems to beat good hitting, and that's so far the case. But still a lot of baseball left. And again, not the last game ever, the last regular season game, though, right now. Smokies play on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. That ball weakly popped up. Wynn, though, could make this a tough play, and from third base, Goosenberg calls everyone off and makes the catch. So game one is coming up on Tuesday at 7 o'clock right here at the ballpark. And if the Smokies don't win the series against the Barons, this would be the last ever game. So fingers crossed that they win that one, and then they would be back the following Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, I was going to say, if they get past Birmingham, then for all the marbles, they're going to get 2 back here. So potential anywhere from 2 to 3 more games here, or at the least 1.
There's a fly ball out in the center, left center. Tatum called off by Hogan, who makes the catch. This stadium has been the unfortunate home of 3 championship losses. So it'd be nice to win one, right? 2009, the Smokies lost to the Suns here. 2011, they lost to Mobile. And then 2022, they lost to Pensacola before going back and winning last year at their place.
It just seems like it just seems like it's in the cards for it to happen this year. The way this team is playing right now, obviously the hottest team in the league, especially the second half of the season. All the pieces are there, but I know it's said over and over, you still got to go out there and play the game. And in baseball, boy, anything can happen.
Yeah, well, 2010. The Smokies were 33 games over 500, and they lost the championship series. They just couldn't muster any offense. That was one of the toughest ones. Bill Dancy, former Phillies third base coach, was the manager. It was the year after Ryan Sandberg was the skipper of the team. He lost to the Suns the year before. So it sometimes doesn't translate when you win regular season games, because baseball's so weird. It's a marathon, and then it turns into a sprint.
Right. You go from 0 to 100 in a blink of an eye. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Well, last year, Kevin Graber did a great job of keeping the team loose.
Yeah. And the thing, too, also with minor league baseball, the team you started with at the beginning of the season may not necessarily resemble the same team that you have at the end of the season.
That's a great point.
Because of call-ups. You talk about Birmingham. They won the first half, right? And here in the second half, the Smokies are so far ahead. Birmingham's second. But White Sox, well documented the turmoil they've been dealing with, the poor season they've had. They've had players moving around, bringing guys up. So Birmingham, to their credit, despite all the call-ups and changes, obviously this team looks a whole lot different than what they had at the beginning of the season. So,
White Sox are one of the worst teams in the history of Major League Baseball. They're contending right now to pass the 1962 Mets for the most losses ever, right? Terrible winning percentage. So some of the pitchers that were the aces of the Barons staff at the beginning of the year, Kai Bush being one of them, Drew Thorpe, are in the big leagues with the White Sox now, and taking their lumps there. So Smith strikes out, and the Smokies go in order again, and they fail to score.
And the chicken run is underway, by the way.
There's the chicken run. 3-0 Barons.
I see Marco's role in the community as somebody that people can look up to.
Marcos Garza is very thoughtful. He pays attention to the needs of the people in the community.
He's somebody that's very unselfish, somebody that's going to always be there.
Marcos Garza will work as hard as he can to get the best results for you.
In the future, no matter where I'm playing, no matter what the team I'm playing for, I'll always be on Garza's team.
The Garza Law Firm is Mama's Easy approved.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Men over 45. Do you have frequent nighttime urination? An urgent need to go? Weak flow? Do you suffer from an enlarged prostate that blocks your flow? Frustrated with BPH medications? Want to avoid invasive surgeries? How? The UroLift system. A minimally invasive treatment that can improve your flow with no cutting. Call 865-500-6020 to find out if the UroLift system is the right solution for you. Imagine an outpatient procedure with rapid symptom relief and recovery, all while preserving sexual function. Unlike the invasive surgeries, most common side effects are temporary and can include discomfort when urinating, urgency, inability to control the urge, pelvic pain, and some blood in the urine. Rare side effects, including bleeding and infection, may lead to a serious outcome and may require intervention. If you want a solution for symptoms like frequent urination, call 865-500-6020 and find out if the UroLift system is right for you.
All right, there's the chicken. It's the chicken run. Look at him go. You know what you get when you catch the chicken?
What do you get?
A bucket of chicken.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. You don't. Nothing. He's only been caught one time.
Wait till you see the crowd behind. There they are. Well, there's more than those, but wait till you see all the kids running after this chicken. He said he's been caught one time.
Yeah, it was, I don't even know what year it was. I mean, years ago that the chicken tripped.
I was going to have to fall
down.
down.
And the kids dogpiled the chicken. There's a little guy right there. What's up, buddy? This has always been a fun place to take the kids. Brought my son here when he was, he's always loved it.
Yeah, have brought mine. Like I said, my one son got a chance to take part in one of the games one time out there on the field. But it was great bringing Cub Scout groups, bring the kids out here, the scouts. Always had a good time. Got to take them all, get a snow cone or something, and then you got to take them over to the team store. Everybody wants a pennant.
Well, that's why they want you to bring the kids. Tell you that one of the characteristics of this ballpark that I've absolutely loved is that it's been affordable. There's a swinging bunt, and he's safe. Michael Turner, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good, and he gets his first hit on a full swing, slow roller to third. But they've kept it affordable here. They really have, and the ticket prices been amongst the lowest in baseball. Concession prices have always been low here. It's been a wonderful place to come to a game.
That's the great thing about minor league baseball. It's still so affordable. Bring your family out for an afternoon, family of four, what have you, and doesn't necessarily break the bank.
I got to tell everybody, too, Bo said that, and you guys might want to throw that picture back up there. If the Smokies come back and win, he's going to go head first down the bouncy slide. It's those kind of promises, Bo, that are going to get the Smokies back on track.
Is that part of our rally? At 57, if I do that, you might have to help me up.
Oh, come on now. You can do that.
Might have to help me climb up, first of all, just to get to the top of the slide.
We need an escalator over there. There's Wilfred Veras. Barron scored 2 in the first, 1 in the third on home runs by Gladney, who's trying to spoil the last game ever here at Smoky Stadium.
Wow. All right. Let's get some breaking news.
I heard that.
Yeah. A $400,000 playground at the new ballpark. So kids, I don't know where it's going to be located, if it'll still be down the first base line or if it'll be down the third base or wherever. I'm sure it'll be big enough you'll be able to find it. That is for sure. But my goodness.
Well, if they have us back for the first game broadcast,
we'll be there.
We know what you're going to promise everyone if the Smokies win that game.
Okay. We might just do that in pregame.
Bo's Playground. Check it out. There's Bo on the Jungle Gym.
There he is. And there he is on his way to one of the many hospitals downtown.
Covenant Health would love that. See you climb the rock wall.
Right.
That ball hit in the air to deep center. Chavers back, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's the man of the game so far, DJ Gladney, who's hit his 5th and 6th home run in the Southern League, both to left field, a 2-run shot in the first, and then that solo home run in the third. That's been all the scoring today.
We got lucky his third time up was just a fly out. It seems like the wind has calmed down a bit, though. It's not as gusty as it was at the beginning of the game. Oh, they're getting closer. I guess they put that net in.
When the stadium opened, the net was just behind home plate.
Right.
It was from dugout to dugout, the corner of the dugout. Then we got iPhones, and we started not paying attention to the games as much. And the nets got taller, and they extended all the way down the line, you know, and that's just kind of where we are anyway, right?
Well, you saw this originally. I want to say it was in Japan, where they put the netting all the way down.
When I was a kid, I wanted the ball hit at me like a souvenir. Not so much anymore.
No, not so much now. The reflexes aren't what they used to be. But I can remember as a kid, and there'd be a foul ball, and you're scrambling over the bleachers trying to get to that ball, you and about 8 other kids. It's more like a rugby scrum trying to, you know, who's going to come away with that ball.
I'll dive in there. You know, they get together.
They hit the light ball. Do you get like a steak or something if you hit the light ball?
No, but
okay.
It was the Durham Bulls that had the bull.
Right,
if you hit the bull, you got a steak. The new stadium's going to have that Tennessee scoreboard.
That's going to be amazing.
Really going to be
huge.
Cool. Huge scoreboard in the shape of the state of Tennessee. I collect license plates and love the old Tennessee license plates that were in the shape of the state of Tennessee.
Sure, yeah.
Those are collector's items at this point. Care of Mick Gillespie if you got an extra.
Just bring it by the new ballpark next season. Or actually on Tuesday. You'll be here Tuesday.
I'll be here Tuesday or next year.
How many license plates do you have now?
I've got a pretty good collection of them. I got them Floribama style, you know, just kind of. You ever been down to Orange Beach before? The world famous Floribama? They're like, it's all over the place. Always for a week go to Key West during the baseball and football off season, and there's a bunch of places down there that do the same thing. I just love them.
Where do you find? You don't just like take them off cars. You see a really cool plate, right? You're like doing
antique stores.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Why? What kind of plate? What do you have? Do you have a collector plate on the Williams car?
Oh, you like hockey? I got a Predators plate.
Hey, actually, I do like hockey. That's ball 4, and there's runners at first and second. Here's Sean Gusenberg, top of the 7th inning. Barron's ahead and in position right now to maybe put this one out of reach.
Gusenberg's been kind of quiet since the first inning. He got a single, made his way all the way to the third, was left stranded there, but since then he's had a couple of flyouts.
Here's Lance Reimel out, and that's going to be it. Or the right-hander. The Smokies are going to go to the bullpen. All right. Pitching change here at the ballpark. 3-0 Barons. They've got a couple of men on and no outs. And we'll take a break and tell you about the new pitcher right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Jackson here at MPG in Knoxville. MPG is a concussion care center, that's true, but it's much more than that, really. It's a center that aims to treat problems related to the brain across the entire lifespan. That's important because brain-related challenges go far beyond a concussion. They include acquired brain injuries, mild cognitive impairment, 101 challenges, and NPG is an expert resource. NPG, where it's all about the brain.
I chose LMU because I wanted doors to open for me. For my future to have endless possibilities. To know I could become anything I wanted to be. Objection, Your Honor. I always wanted to say that. So whether I wanted to be a veterinarian, a high school teacher, let's turn to page 32, or a successful dentist, I knew LMU would help me get there. All I had to do was open the door.
All right, a couple men on, and Jeff Belge, a left-hander from Syracuse, New York, into the ball game. Was with the Biscuits earlier this year and now with the Smokies. And he'll try to clean things up here with 2 men on and no outs.
6'5". We should know Sanders is 6'6", so talk about a big lineup, pitching lineup. Some tall guys coming in. Taransky is 6'1". I guess this is why I probably never made it as a pitcher. I told you I got hit in the face at shortstop. At 5'9", I was not, I wasn't scaring anybody standing on the hill.
That's why they had you behind the plate. You're closer to the ground. Like Yogi Berra.
Why is everybody laughing?
There's Belge's first pitch, and that ball hit in the air to left, but that's going to be right at Pagan, and he makes the grab. 1 pitch, 1 out. Lusenberg retired. And I beg your pardon, 2 outs. And Terrell Tatum coming up. Ferris flew out earlier in the inning, and now Gusenberg flies out the left. So now Terrell Tatum.
Got on an error last time.
These are spots for a left-hander you love to get one more time before the playoffs start, because this could be the exact situation that Belge is used in when the Smokies and the Barons play on Tuesday, and then in Birmingham Thursday and maybe Friday. Swing and a miss. You know, last year the Smokies got into the postseason. They beat Chattanooga in the first round, and they were really tight games. Smokies scored early, and the pitching was fantastic. And then they just pummeled Pensacola.
Yeah.
Including, I think it was 10-3 in the decisive game. That could be trouble. Base hit in the left field. That's going to bring in 1. Turner scores. And it's a base hit for Tatum off the lefty. And the Barons lead now 4-0.
Tell you, Tatum's had a big day. He had a single in the first, had a single again in the third. As we mentioned, got on an error in the fifth, and is once again single, this time bringing 1 in. He's had a good day for Birmingham.
Goes the other way, and now the Barons have extended the advantage. First pitch high, runner takes off for second and steals the bag. So Tatum steals second stolen base of the game, and both times he's gone on the first pitch.
He did that at the top of the first.
Now for Eberle, a base hit could bring in 2.
Struck out the last time. He's got 2. He's struck out twice, grounded out once.
Crowd, but they really haven't had much to cheer about today besides the chicken run.
Like you said, I mean, they're waiting for that something, you know. Maybe the 7th inning stretch will get them riled up.
Elg's looking for the last out here in the 7th. Top half. Seven o'clock on Tuesday. And then off to Birmingham, and then there's fingers crossed that there's another game here. It was fun watching the Smokies get over the hump last year and finally win that championship. And it would be just amazing if they could just complete the perfect season.
Yeah. Well, he said everything's falling into place. It's just this team, it seems like, this season. Birmingham, and you just got to, that's the big hump, I think, in between them. If they can win that series with Birmingham, I like their chances.
Murray again, drifting over and making the catch. Side retired, but another run across for the Barons. They strand a couple of men on base. They've left 8 on in the game. Let's send it downstairs for God Bless America. One final time during the regular season at Smoky Stadium. God Bless America. We got Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and now we head to the bottom of the 7th inning with the Barons ahead 4-0.
You ever heard the story? When you think of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Harry Carey obviously pops to mind, especially Cubs organization. I was looking back, Bill Veeck, legendary owner, part owner, or was owner of the White Sox for a while when Harry Carey was calling Sox games. And you may have heard this, but I didn't know this. Apparently Harry Carey, he went to Harry Carey and said, I want you to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game during the 7th inning stretch. Harry Carey was like, no, I don't think I want to do that. And Bill Veeck apparently said, well, either I'm going to play a recording of you or you're going to do it live. Regardless, they're going to hear you. And he said, all right, I'll do it. And since then, it became legend. And obviously, we always associate it with the Cubs games, him leaning out saying, let me hear you. But it was an interesting story. And then, again, it kind of ties in. You got the White Sox organization and the Cubs organization here going head-to-head. So lots of people forget Harry Carey was with the Cardinals and the White Sox before he was with the Cubs. But, when I hear that song, I immediately have those images of Harry Carey leaning out there at Wrigley Field, leading everybody and taking me out to the ball game.
I used to watch Harry and Steve on WGN as a kid. It inspired me to want to be a sports broadcaster. His grandson, Josh, is the voice of the Trash Pandas.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, that part I did not know. The Carey family, it's synonymous with baseball broadcasting, that is for sure.
Yeah, his dad was Skip Carey, the Braves broadcaster, and grandfather was Harry. But they tried to trick Harry. I thought they secretly recorded him. Maybe that's what it was. Singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," and then all these years later, people still remember. And the Cubs play videos of Harry, and they don't have a guest conductor.
Well, that was great too. They'd bring in, obviously Bill Murray was always there, it seemed like, but they would bring in so many people. You kind of miss those days when you had the different super stations and you would see the Cubs on every afternoon or the Braves every evening.
Casey Opitz struck out and walked. It's 4-0 Barons. Bo Williams and me, Mick Gillespie. Final regular season game here at the ballpark.
Couldn't ask for better weather. Just a beautiful day.
Maybe the Smokies have one of those old school Wrigley Field day game comebacks in it.
Saving the best for last here down the stretch.
And if they're going to come back, they're going to need to start coming. There's strike 3 called, right? Was that ball?
He's going to take a base, so we might.
Tell you what, that was a pretty good pitch.
It was a good pitch. But we'll take it.
Ezekiel Pagan 0 for 2. Struck out and flied out. What do you think of the pitch clock?
I like it. I like, it has shortened the game a little bit, keeps it moving. I was going to ask you, I don't know if you saw it in the SEC tournament where they had the extra first base?
Yeah, I did see that.
Something else that they were trying out.
Yeah, it was like, I've played in softball games where they have like the first base extender.
Right.
And as a player, I don't mind that. Because, it saves you from possibly getting stepped on.
Right, it protects the first baseman, that's for sure.
But when I bowl, I don't want to bowl with bumpers in the.
I don't know. Sometimes that's a good thing. It depends on how you're throwing the ball that day.
And the gutters.
Yeah, sometimes bumpers aren't bad. Should probably get that on a T-shirt.
Ball and 2 strikes to Pagan. Here it is. Swing, line drive, caught. Back to first, and he threw it away. Hope it's not very fast. He's going to stand right there at first base. Down 4, you just can't get thrown out at second.
Right.
But with the wind blowing like it is today, it really has played tricks on anything in the air, except down the left field line.
Right. Where he got out in a hurry twice. That is for sure.
Now Felix Stevens.
I'm going to give Opitz a microphone just so he can inform the fans. I didn't go because I'm not fast.
This would have been the perfect game to mic up a player.
Right.
Kind of really not much to play for, just finishing out the string. We could have just talked to him. Like, why didn't you run there? Man, you could have ran. Oh, you're slow.
Fast, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, you got it's the knees. I got you.
With that said, when we saw the replay there, I'm not sure where Turner was going. He kind of ran around first base. I don't know if he thought they were going to throw it to him or not. But
the other question I'd like to ask him is, what's the tape on your ear hole for? What is that?
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing there? Both sides.
Yeah, I got both.
Probably like some new type of technology.
Maybe it's a light for like night games.
Did you see where the team in Virginia played a night game, and it was it was like under black light, and they wore black light uniforms and baseballs and bats and everything?
No, I did not see that.
And that could be two. Gusenberg the second, Camilletti the first around the horn double play. And the Smokies are done here in the seventh. We head to the business end today. And it's the Barons 4 and the Smokies nothing.
Welcome to Ted Russell Ford. I'm Nick. Wait, my name is Nick too. You look familiar. Yeah, this is one of those internet videos where the same guy plays both characters. Okay, those are hilarious. Wait, what's your favorite car? On 3, 2, 1. Ford F-150. Did we just become best friends? I think we did. Let's go on a test drive. Right now, get into a new Ford F-150 for only $46,317, or a new Ford Mustang Mach-E for only $33,900. Come see us today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike.
Men over 45. Do you have frequent nighttime urination? An urgent need to go? Weak flow? Do you suffer from an enlarged prostate that blocks your flow? Frustrated with BPH medications? Want to avoid invasive surgeries? How? The UroLift system. A minimally invasive treatment that can improve your flow with no cutting. Call 865-500-6020 to find out if the UroLift system is the right solution for you. Imagine an outpatient procedure with rapid symptom relief and recovery, all while preserving sexual function. Unlike the invasive surgeries, most common side effects are temporary and can include discomfort when urinating, urgency, inability to control the urge, pelvic pain, and some blood in the urine. Rare side effects, including bleeding and infection, may lead to a serious outcome and may require intervention. If you want a solution for symptoms like frequent urination, call 865-500-6020 and find out if the UroLift system is right for you.
4-0, Barons lead the Smokies, top of the 8th inning. Final regular season game at Smokies Stadium. With Bo Williams, I'm Mick Gillespie. Let's send it down to Mark Packer with Smokies owner Randy Boyd.
Yeah, excited to have Randy Boyd down here. We were just talking about kind of what your title is. You have to think about, okay, what audience am I talking to? Head of University of Tennessee, owner of Boyd Sports. Can you keep up with it?
Yeah, it's tricky at times when somebody says, well, how's the new stadium going? I said, okay, are we talking about baseball at UT, football at UT, or baseball with the Smokies?
Yeah, which one? So let's talk about here. You've been here for 25 years now. I'd like for you to speak on just kind of the ride that it's been, the cooperation and coordination you've had with the good people here.
Yeah, you know, I just got to spend some time with Gary Wade. He and Teddy Phillips and the Haslams all worked together to keep baseball in East Tennessee. And as I was just sharing with him, if it hadn't been for them making that commitment, baseball would have left East Tennessee. It would be in Montgomery or somewhere in North Carolina. And it's really hard to get a baseball team back to your community. So we wouldn't have had these last 25 years, and we won't have the next 25 years if it wasn't for them.
So while you do all that you do with UT, obviously you're an entrepreneur. I know that the stadium downtown has been kind of on your radar for a long time. Now that you see it coming to fruition, how big of a dream come true is it for Randy Boyd?
It's a dream bigger than I imagined, actually. Okay. You know, I'm a baseball fan. I've been to 45 Major League Baseball parks, and so I always have dreamed about being able to create a baseball stadium for decades. But drawing it out on paper, imagining it in your head, and then actually going in and seeing the scale of it, everything looks the way it looks like on paper, but it's just so much bigger than I imagined.
I've been in it 2 or 3 times, obviously not as much as you, but it's such a cool venue. It's like you've got the condos, you've got the apartments, you've got kind of the amphitheater feel. Yep. And what a lot of people have got to understand is this is not a baseball stadium going in. This is a multi-use facility.
Yeah, we got inspired by one of my friends that has a team up in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And there, they have over 750 events a year. So we're going to have 70 baseball games that the Smokies will play, hopefully a few more when we include playoffs. We'll also have 20 soccer teams or soccer games a year. We're going to be having all kinds of other tournaments and other events. There'll be concerts on a regular basis. But in addition to that, the place is surrounded by spaces where we can have meetings or events. We've got places for farmers markets. We've got places for 400 people to meet on the inside, so it'll be an event center. And what a great place to have an event looking out into the stadium.
And you talk about and we talked about this with Andy White earlier of Ted Russell Ford, who's sponsoring all of our coverage here, but the revitalization of downtown Knoxville, when you talk about the stadiums and wonder which one you're talking about, that Covenant Health Park is going in, and then Neyland Stadium, it's overwhelming.
It's incredible renaissance of downtown Knoxville, and we've had a great trajectory for the last decade, and all the things that are happening in Market Square and Gray Street. But I think these projects take us to another level. And I've always wanted to have a baseball stadium. I feel like baseball should be played downtown, and the extra connectivity it has. But this one's special because we're going into an area that had been neglected for so long, and actually created this big barrier between downtown Knoxville, Gay Street, Old City even, that was thriving, and East Knoxville was getting left out. And this is pulling us all back together.
What's amazing is how fast things have happened as far as naming rights. Food City comes in with Thompson Bowling Arena. Pilot comes in to preserve Neyland's name. Covenant Health comes in with Covenant Health Park. I mean, what's next?
Well, I couldn't tell you that, even if I did know. But I will say that I think it shows the power of sport. People
100%.
People love sports. It's a great place for marketers, organizations to get their brand out there. And we're so proud, by the way, of having a partnership with Covenant. We like to think that we're focused on health and healthy activities, and that's what Covenant's all about. And it also has that double entendre that we want to have a covenant with this community. And so even though it's their name, we like the way it represents what we're trying to do.
One thing also selfishly, I do a lot of high school football, and, we haven't announced it yet. We'll do it now. We'll do a rivalry Thursday game at Covenant Health Park next year, Alcoa versus Bearden, live on TV in week 2. I'm telling you something you may not even know.
I did not know.
Yet.
This is great.
The Commercial Bank Rivalry Showcase All-Star Game with band will be at Covenant Health Park in the second week of December. So I think to bring high school football games to the multi-use facility with soccer and all, I think it's just spectacular for Knoxville.
Yeah, it gets people downtown. I love this stadium. I love where we're at here in Kodak. But one of the things that it doesn't create a lot of economic activity around the stadium. People drive in. By the way, 62% of our fans come from Knoxville or west of Knoxville. But they drive in, they park, they watch the game, and they leave. With the stadium downtown, people will come and they will hopefully shop and eat at all the other restaurants.
Well, we got to wrap things up. You have got a championship ring on there. You got one for baseball for Tennessee. You got one for baseball for the Smokies. Hopefully you'll get another one.
Also, I have a World Series ring for the Cubs. I think I may be the only guy.
Yeah, show off. Good to see you, man. Congratulations on all your success. Hopefully the Smokies can make a comeback in this one, guys.
All right, great. Great hearing from Mark and Randy, and when that happened, out of the dugout, Lance Reimold, he's going to make a pitching change, a call to the bullpen. It's 4-0 Barons. There's a runner at first with 2 outs and a new pitcher coming in for the Smokies, and we'll let you know about him after this.
For 75 years, Gray Hodges has been supplying inspiration to their customers. From its original downtown Knoxville store, founded in 1949, to its now 4 area locations, Gray Hodges has remained the region's trusted source for custom cabinetry, bath fixtures, kitchen hardware, plumbing supplies, and much more. And they are an employee-owned company, so you are always speaking to an owner. Visit one of their convenient showrooms and see how they can inspire you today. Gray Hodges, employee-owned, service perfect.
At Lakewood Capital Group, we don't just develop properties, we craft exceptional lifestyles. Based right here in Knoxville for over 15 years, we've been the premier recreational property developer in the Southeast and Texas, trusted by thousands to deliver excellence. With more than 50 years of combined experience, we bring unmatched expertise to every project. From mountain retreats to coastal escapes, your perfect getaway is within reach. Lakewood Capital Group, passion, excellence, property redefined.
They call the new pitcher for the Smokies. They're down 4-0. Barons with a runner at first and 2 outs. Comes in trying to keep it where it is. Belgian inning in a third unofficial. 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. A bunt single to start the inning and then a couple of strikeouts. And this could be another opportunity to just get some guys work before Tuesday's playoffs.
I'm sure that's probably what's going through their mind right now. Nick Hull, 25-year-old, Edmond, Washington. 88 strikeouts so far on the season, 8-3-1. So with that save that he picked up earlier in the year. So, yeah, I'm sure they're just trying to get some arms out there, keep them loose, get them a couple innings, some work. All eyes on Tuesday.
Nice slider down and in, and he swings right over it, Michael Turner. And it's 0-2. You know, it's great to hear from Randy Boyd, and what a successful guy he is. I mean, you can't.
I don't know how he keeps it all straight. You know, Mark kind of alluded to it. How do you keep everything organized and know what you're talking about? And like he said, if you ask about a new stadium, well, is it the improvements to Neyland? We've already talked about Lindsey Nelson or the ballpark downtown. Which, by the way, we need to get you like a Lindsey Nelson sports coat.
I'd love to have one. Loved Lindsey Nelson. Yeah. It really is amazing how Randy brings people together like no one have ever seen. And you know, you talk about all the things that he's been able to accomplish, but to work with so many different people and groups to be able to get that stadium built. Chattanooga's had nothing but problems trying to get their ballpark built. Randy comes in, doesn't matter what your politics are, where you're from. You know, he just gets along with everybody. I think people just like him, first off.
One of the first times I ever met him, he made a comment, you know, talk about bringing people together. That season, you know, when the Cubs won the World Series, he got a Cubs World Series ring. One of his minor league teams up in I think it was Johnson City, he was with the Cardinals. They won, so we got a Cardinals ring. He says, I am bringing Cardinals and Cubs fans together. You know, that takes something. It's like bringing a Yankee and a Red Sox fan together.
Stolen base sets up Turner, who singles and drives in another run. It's now 5-0 Birmingham. Yeah, that is bringing people together. It'd be like him bringing the Gators and the Vols together.
I don't know. Can you do that?
That's what I'm saying. If there's anybody that
he could probably do it. But, you know, also when they were talking to me, Mark alluded to it as well. They're going to be playing some high school football over there. We've got one Knox who's going to be playing in there. When they built that facility, they had that in mind. This is just not going to be about baseball. This will be a facility that will be in use 365 days out of the year. You know, I mean, there will always be something going on, concerts as well. And also that connection with the east side of downtown, East Knoxville. And that's something that has been talked about, trying to get some of the businesses there involved as well. And so bringing them into, you know, with the old city and downtown and West Knoxville and north and south. I mean, that's going to be kind of a center point, it seems like.
One fouled away, and that's strike 2. Maybe the Vols football team can win a championship this year. I think they just scored again on Kent State.
I was at that game last night. After a while, you kind of started to feel for the Golden Flashes. I made a comment to my friend. I said, I think that our band is bigger than the players they brought.
There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And the inning is over. A run on 2 hits. A man stranded. The Barons add one more. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning, and they lead the Smokies now. Birmingham 5 and the Smokies nothing.
Plumbing issues have you in hot water? Stop putting off those plumbing repairs. From leaky faucets to clogged drains to water heaters and more. Call Pioneer Comfort today. Have heating, cooling, and electrical issues also? We can handle those too. Pioneer Comfort can keep everything running smoothly so you can enjoy the good things in life. Put the power of Pioneer to work in your home.
Since 1981, Pioneer Comfort.
It's adventure time in Tennessee. It's time to gas up and go.
And learn more about the awesome stories in our community.
We're on the road and ready to explore all the fun that we can find.
Friday, get ready to go glamping. Learn more about the latest luxury camping trend, and it's close to home. Plus, attention all apple lovers. We explore Cosby, Tennessee, and showcase some yummy snacks and food from the area. Sponsored by Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln, Knoxville.
Our adventure awaits.
Keep watching.
IBEW Local 760 and WATE 6 want to say thanks to the men and women serving our country. We salute you for defending our freedom. Your sense of duty is the backbone of America. This message brought to you by Operation Honor Guard.
The WATE 6 Women's Spectacular is back. We're looking for businesses to join us September 27th and 28th at Pinnacle Turkey Creek. Email womenshow@wate.com for details on how your business can be a part of the fun.
Birmingham 5, the Smokies nothing. Bo Williams and me, Nick Gillespie here at the ballpark. Let's send it down to Amber Lynn.
I go to about 30+ Washington Nationals games.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, we'll send it down in a second. 5-0 score, and the Smokies back up. Parker Chavers.
Had a single back in the third. Is this a good time now to turn my head inside out? We were talking about that earlier. This is rally cap time, right? We're getting to that point?
Yeah, do it now. Okay. Or we can just...
I probably need to run down to the team store and get a ball cap.
Or we can just drop in on Amber's private conversations. Sorry about that, Amber. There's a strike called to Chavers. Singled and struck out. And he's out again. There's your rally.
There
count.
we go.
There you go. You got to turn it inside out.
Yeah, I was
just backwards.
Right. Yeah. We got to talk to him real quick.
They look comfortable down there.
Who wouldn't be on a day like this?
No, this is the kind of day you want to be at the ballpark.
Yep.
It honestly reminds me of spring training weather. And you know, the vibe of this game kind of, hey, we're getting through the season. We're just getting everybody ready for Tuesday. Kind of has that calm before the storm type vibe. All right, let's check in with Amber Lynn.
All righty, you guys. Well, we have another season ticket holder with us. We've got Randy, and I'm loving your fit today, Randy. Tell me all about it.
Well, I come to every game, and so I've been a season ticket holder for years, and so I just like to get in the mood of the game.
I love that. So tell me about being a season ticket holder, what that's meant to you, and what you've been able to see here in this stadium.
Well, I've been coming since the stadium opened in 2000, and before that I came to the stadium in Knoxville when it was there. But I've made a lot of friends out here. I've seen a lot of great baseball. I've seen a lot of guys that go up to the major leagues. I've seen guys in the major leagues who have been down here for rehab assignments, and it's been a lot of fun.
I think that's one of my favorite aspects about minor league baseball, again, is being able to see these guys come through and kind of watch them grow. I mean, you're seeing them grow from the bottom up. What's that been like for you, and who are some of your favorite players that you've been able to see come through here?
Well, you know, obviously Chris Bryant was a big star here. I think I mentioned you, I'm a Nationals fan, so DJ Hurst, who played as a Cubs pitcher, is now in Washington, and so I saw him play here last year. That was a lot of fun. But there have been so many players over the years. I mean, there's just so many and really great guys.
Absolutely. And you're a local of Knoxville. Tell me where you're from in East Tennessee.
I'm from West Knoxville.
All righty, Randy, thank you so much for joining us today. Sitting in front row over here, you had primetime seats. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Randy with the award-winning mutton chops. We head to the ninth inning. It's 5-0 Barons.
finished picking these up. That was the 3-piece. The 5-piece modular one-sectional recycles around 200 plastic bottles. Let's just tell everyone the fabric's made with a whole lot of plastic bottles. And the comfort and versatility? Well, that we have to show. Introducing Modular One to our collection at Rooms To Go. Great colors, endless configurations on any budget. That's why we wanted it as a part of Drew and Jonathan for Rooms To Go. Good looking and smart. It's a win-win. A twin win. Ooh, twin win. I like that.
Men over 45. Do you have frequent nighttime urination? An urgent need to go? Weak flow? Do you suffer from an enlarged prostate that blocks your flow? Frustrated with BPH medications? Want to avoid invasive surgeries? How? The UroLift system. A minimally invasive treatment that can improve your flow with no cutting. Call 865-500-6020 to find out if the UroLift system is the right solution for you. Imagine an outpatient procedure with rapid symptom relief and recovery, all while preserving sexual function. Unlike the invasive surgeries, most common side effects are temporary and can include discomfort when urinating, urgency, inability to control the urge, pelvic pain, and some blood in the urine. Rare side effects, including bleeding and infection, may lead to a serious outcome and may require intervention. If you want a solution for symptoms like frequent urination, call 865-500-6020 and find out if the UroLift system is right for you.
You're watching Smokies Baseball on WATE, sponsored by Ted Russell Ford Knoxville, your hometown Ford dealer. Having a great time at the ballpark. Final game of the regular season run for Smoky Stadium, 25 years. I'm Mick Gillespie with Bo Williams. Great job, Amber Lynn. Randy coming over from West Knoxville every day.
Yeah.
His trip's going to get a little shorter, but great season ticket holder. Seen Randy around many years here, not just at the games, but at a lot of the events. And so many special people that have great personalities are part of what we do.
Well, it just speaks to the club. You know, we've been talking about the friendliest ballpark, but we've been talking with people who've been working here for years as well, making the long drive in. Don't necessarily live in Sevier County, but coming in from, whether it's Knox or Morgan or, Jefferson County, where have you, making the drive in to support the team. Season ticket holders, those who just work here at the ballpark.
DJ Gladney's hit 2 home runs today, and he hits a high pop-up. He's knocked in 3 of the 5 Barons runs, but this time he pops out and there's one down.
Those 2 home runs took a little bit out of him. After that, he hasn't been able to get it out of the infield.
He's tired. The Smokies lost a game in this series. I want to say it was maybe 14-3 the other night or somewhere in there. Buddy Bailey, their old manager, who's the winningest active manager in minor league baseball, he would say that your team would get tired, and he was serious when you would have those type of games, because he'd say, how many at-bats do you normally get in a game? Right. He's like 3, maybe, sometimes 4. He said, those games you're up 6 times, you're on base all the time. How many times have you swung the bat? How many times have you run the bases?
Right.
There's a little looper into center field for a hit.
Yeah, so for these guys now here in the 9th, this is their 5th time up to the plate for a lot of these guys, so.
Terrell Tatum singled 3 times in this game.
Two stolen bases as well. If he gets on, you got to keep an eye on him.
Barons have pitched well. They've only given up 3 hits, and they've hit well. They've got 13 hits today. And there's a strike. So even if the Smokies don't come back to win, they're still going to end up 87-50, and then 47-22 in the second half, and those are
incredible.
Those are still records for this team. Ball chopped foul. What are you looking forward to the most with the new ballpark?
Oh my goodness! Each ballpark has its own character. And I'm anxious to get over there, go to a ball game, and kind of discover what the character is of that ballpark. And you can see it going up. You've got the apartments and the condos, and you can have the giant scoreboard. But just there's that feel when you go to a different ballpark, whether it's a major league ballpark or a minor league ballpark, its own personality. And so that's kind of what I'm anxious to see. That and the 400,000 playground that we talked about earlier.
That's right.
Yeah, that you're going to make me like run through different things.
Well, you were telling me in between innings, the pool out there, you wanted to broadcast and jump in the pool. I'm all in.
I was going to say, when they showed that, we had the artist renderings of how this is going to look when it's all said and done. That pool, I'm thinking that's where you got to broadcast from.
Well, we'll do the next time we get together. Let's go out there. We'll I'll cannonball, you belly flop, and then we'll jump on the air. There's a little looper out in the shallow center field, and that's going to fall in for another hit. On the way to third, Goosenberg's going to stop. Great effort, but the Barons have everything falling in right now.
Yeah, they really do. It's been like that since the first inning for them today.
That's their 14th hit.
I don't know if I have to do a belly flop.
Is that your go-to?
I might not
jackknife?
resurface. I might just be. You may have to send somebody in to pull me out of that pool.
Do you do the jackknife? What's your favorite pool move?
Right now, just walking down the stairs into the pool. Yeah, that's where I am now in my life. Yeah.
I've already seen that. Now, everybody's asked me, like, over the years, I've broadcast in the deck out there once a year. John Wilkerson, Vol's voice, has joined me on occasion. We've had some really good days out there. It's a lot to do because of just the equipment part of it. But it certainly is fun. Now, we're going to have to do one from the pool.
You're going to have to. Yeah.
I also thought about, broadcasting from one of the balconies at somebody's apartment. As long as they keep the refrigerator stocked for us.
I was going to say, bring you something to drink. No, I mean, there's going to be all kinds of opportunities the way this thing is set up.
There's a pop fly, foul ground, the wind pushing it towards the tarp, and that's going to get out of play.
Somebody got the ball over there. There you go.
It's a souvenir.
That is the great thing. Some sports you got to throw the ball back, right?
Oh yeah,
baseball, you get to keep it.
They'll chase you down for the football.
Football, soccer, they're like, we need that ball. Hockey is one of those where you probably don't want to get hit. Granted, it's a puck, but not a ball, but yeah. That's a little tougher to catch. Well, the one thing you know definitely, with the Smokies down, you're going to get a full 9 innings of baseball.
Yeah.
None of this half inning at the end.
No.
Yeah.
They were playing the Mississippi Braves in a game here. They were down 7-0 in the bottom of the 9th and scored 8 to win it. That's still the single best comeback I ever saw. There's a fly ball to left. Pagan to the track and splash. Makes the catch. Side retired. And we head to the bottom of the 9th. Look at that stadium. Beautiful day here at the park. 5-0 Birmingham. One more shot. And here we are back on camera again.
You saw
Williams
at the beginning of the game. Here we are at the end.
It's been fun hanging out.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I mean, obviously, we'd like to see something a little different as far as the score line. And we still got a half inning to go. And like you said, maybe you've sparked something here. You brought up that big comeback against the Braves all those years ago. Maybe this is a little history will be made here in the bottom of the 9th.
It'd be something, right? The good thing is that there's a playoff game on Tuesday.
Yep.
So you still got another chance to leave this stadium with a W. And every time the Smokies win, they take the tradition from the Cubs and the W flag flies, and it'd be nice that the W flags stay flying when the Smokies are done playing.
Let's just keep it positive. There will be more than one more game.
That'd be great.
If they can, they'll host 2 championship games here. At least one championship game. Maybe they can win the first one on the road. But we'll keep this one positive, and they'll take care of business on Tuesday and go down and win one in Birmingham and then come back and play for all the marbles.
Today's attendance, I'm going to tell you right now that this would have to be, I'm guessing, either close or right on the number for the largest Sunday crowd ever, 6,632.
That's fantastic.
There were a couple of years where they would have Christian concerts on Sunday.
Sure.
And those had big crowds. Today's crowd, enormous. And it really is a testament to our great fans, the people that have supported this team, that will continue to support the team, and that have so many great memories here at this ballpark as well. What a fantastic Sunday. And I like that floppy hat. There's Nudie, by the way.
And there's Brent Atchley, who we talked to, just taking a sip of some water there with the Smokies jersey on. His family's so instrumental in bringing this team in this ballpark here some 25 years ago. Young fans
alike. There's the aerial view again.
That just looks beautiful, doesn't it? This is a great ballpark.
So many magical moments here. And there we are. Oh, I'm just kidding.
That's right. Lean out. Well, you might be able to see us here in a few moments. But yeah, I'll hold you
by my feet.
I'm sure you trust me, yes, to do this. I will say, when I was here on Tuesday, ran into the team store. Obviously, it's the big sale, right? But you have to get a Tennessee Smokies something, because next year that's a collectible.
Oh yeah.
You know.
So Pablo Aliendo on deck. Luis Verdugo at the plate. Cam Smith due up third.
I feel something good happening. I don't know if you just saw that, but the throw from the catcher back to the pitcher. Pitcher wasn't even looking. The ball rolled almost to short.
That could be the spark we've been waiting on.
Right now, we'll take whatever we can get.
Rhythmic applause by this crowd. They just give us one run. Aaron's playing for a split in the series.
This really has been, an interesting series to watch, as have all the series between the Smokies and the Barons. I know we talked about it early in the broadcast, but, no one's been able to win back-to-back in this series, at least this time around here, but all season long. And, one day you'll come out, you'll win 2-0, and here we are trailing 0-5. A couple games ago, I think the Barons put up 14 runs. Smokies come back the next day, pull out a win. So this is going to be an interesting postseason series. I still feel the Smokies are going to win it, but it should be an interesting one to watch.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, then we'll end it there.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
All right, guys. Now, we still got some special guests coming up, so don't go anywhere. Even when the game ends, the broadcast continues.
It continues, that is for sure.
So we want to bring you guys some very special guests.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see the fans when this game is over. Does everybody get up like after a normal game and go, or do they sit and soak some of this in?
Well, they take out a drill and they unscrew their seat.
Steal a chair?
So I fly ball out to right, and Varys makes the catch. I wouldn't advise that today, though. We still have some playoff games.
Well, they already had the turf giveaway, didn't they? Already some of that? Yeah, okay, so we don't have to worry about that. I can imagine someone taking a bleacher. But it will be for those that aren't able to get out here on a Tuesday night, just kind of their thoughts, as they kind of wrap it up, especially they've been coming here, for several years.
I think it was the Polo Grounds when the Giants moved to San Francisco that people just started taking all the stuff and just ripping down the stadium. They loved the team. They didn't want them to leave.
White Sox had disco demolition night. The Giants just had demolition night.
Everybody just said, you know what? Some of the stuff that was, there was a plaque that they had for, I want to say, a World War I veteran that disappeared. And years later, they found it in somebody's attic.
Wow.
It's in a museum now.
You bring up the Polo Grounds. You see aerial pictures of that stadium. It's amazing anybody hit a home run out of that.
I know. There's a Mel Ott hit all the home runs there. There's ball 4 and Pablo walks. Now Cam Smith singled, flied out, and struck out. Hey, let's check in with Amber Lynn.
Alrighty, you guys. Well, I'm here with the GM, and we are talking all things baseball. I mean, what a crowd today.
Beautiful crowd, beautiful weather. We're just so excited. It's actually our 8th largest crowd of the year, which is awesome for a Sunday, so really proud of all the fan support.
That's incredible. What does it mean to you to be able to see people here, not only supporting the Smokies, but bringing their families and making it a point to make this a part of their lives?
Yeah, and we always tag ourselves as America's friendliest ballpark, and we always say, oh, it's a 9-inning vacation and creating memories that last a lifetime. So when you hear that regurgitated back from the fans, it's really special to hear what they have and hear the memories they have with their families and their kids and their parents and their grandparents and so on and so on. So it's really special.
What memories are you looking forward to most making this new stadium?
Yeah, so really closing out here, celebrating these 25 years. We're trying to defend our title. We won the championship last year, and then we got playoffs coming up, so we're really trying to defend our title and win another one. But who's going to turn down a brand new shiny toy in downtown Knoxville? So we're really excited about that next year.
Absolutely. I mean, what a way to go out if we win another back-to-back. That's incredible. What response have you gotten from fans, from the season ticket holders, being this year and then going into the next?
Well, it's been really special. We've actually sold more season tickets this year than we ever have because everyone was so excited about the final season, and we have a great, great start to next year as well.
Thank you so much for joining today and bringing this here to East Tennessee. It's huge. It's such a staple in so many households, so it's awesome. All righty, you guys, sending it back to you.
All right, that's Tim Volk. And nearly a double play. The GM of the Smokies, Tim Volk. Cam Smith nearly grounded into a double play, but hustles up the line. And that brings up Casey Opitz. Smokies down to their last out.
I had an interview with Casey in our pregame show, and what a great young man, first of all. Spoke so highly of his family and their influence on him. He even gave credit to his sister to why he's out here. Just they're a big sports family. Love the game of baseball. This is something he wanted to do, and how they have supported him. And just a well-spoken, super nice guy, it seems like. And great to see him here in Double-A baseball. Still, like you mentioned, trying to figure out what that is on his helmet. But
throw the first runner back in there, yeah. Former standout at Arkansas. Really fun-loving guy as well. He's been so good defensively this year behind the plate. How about that? The second largest Sunday crowd, only because the 4th of July was on a Sunday. So outside of a holiday.
That's impressive. Then again, it goes back to just talking about what the team and the ballpark means to everybody. And it's great to hear, the season ticket sales going into this year, and that they're off to a good start for next season as well. A lot of that will carry over. So I have a feeling it will be a tough ticket next year.
Yeah. Be nice to start by hoisting the championship banner. But got to get through these Barons, like you said. There's strike 3 called, and that is the ball game. Final score is 5-0. We'll be right back with more from Smoky Stadium after this.
It's adventure time in Tennessee. It's time to gas up and go. And learn more about the awesome stories in our community. We're on the road and ready to explore all the fun that we can find.
Friday, get ready to go glamping. Learn more about the latest luxury camping trend, and it's close to home. Plus, attention all apple lovers. We explore Cosby, Tennessee, and showcase some yummy snacks and food from the area. Sponsored by Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln, Knoxville.
Our adventure awaits. Keep watching.
Across hometowns big and small, we play the game with our own special flavor. Because only here are the best seats in the house. Found in lawn chairs and lazy rivers. Where future stars hone their craft. Where the bat boys are also good boys. And teams have their very own roller coasters, Ferris wheels, and islands. Because only in minor league baseball can you experience the game you know and love like this.
Men over 45. Do you have frequent nighttime urination? An urgent need to go? Weak flow? Do you suffer from an enlarged prostate that blocks your flow? Frustrated with BPH medications? Want to avoid invasive surgeries? How? The UroLift system. A minimally invasive treatment that can improve your flow with no cutting. Call 865-500-6020 to find out if the UroLift system is the right solution for you. Imagine an outpatient procedure with rapid symptom relief and recovery, all while preserving sexual function. Unlike the invasive surgeries, most common side effects are temporary and can include discomfort when urinating, urgency, inability to control the urge, pelvic pain, and some blood in the urine. Rare side effects, including bleeding and infection, may lead to a serious outcome and may require intervention. If you want a solution for symptoms like frequent urination, call 865-500-6020 and find out if the UroLift system is right for you.
IBEW Local 760 and WATE 6 want to say thanks to the men and women serving our country. We salute you for defending our freedom. Your sense of duty is the backbone of America. This message brought to you by Operation Honor Guard.
Kick off game days with the Sports Source. From the game plan to more than a dozen predictions. The Sports Source Saturday Kickoff, 11 a.m. on WATE TV 6. Presented by
the Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Final score from the ballpark today, the final regular season game. Birmingham Barons beat the Tennessee Smokies 5-0. Fun game. Didn't turn out the way the Smokies wanted it to. They'll be back Tuesday, 7 o'clock for the playoffs against these same Barons. Mark Packer's got some very special guests as we continue our coverage here at the stadium.
Yeah, special guests who have made their way out here to Sevierville, and they're excited that the team's going to make the move to Knoxville, and that is City Mayor Indian Kincannon and Glenn Jacobs, the Knox County Mayor. I guess first off, ladies first. We were talking before we started here, how much communication and coordination goes on when you talk about bringing that kind of a venue, Covenant Health Park, to downtown Knoxville?
Well, to make good things happen for our community really takes partnership, and we're very grateful to be working closely hand in hand with Knox County. It took probably longer to negotiate that arrangement with the public-private partnership than it did to construct the stadium, but that partnership is what made it possible. So, Mayor Jacobs and I and our staffs worked really hard on it.
I know when you get elected to an office, part of what you're kind of charged with is making it better, when you leave it, then you found it. I would think for both of you, if there's anything that can be a part of a legacy, it would be something like this.
Well, the important thing about this stadium is the fact that it's going to really revitalize that part of downtown and all the other things that go along with it. Right. For me, the stadium is the anchor for everything that happens around that. So obviously we're glad to have baseball back in Knoxville, as well as all the other stuff that's going to happen because of that. But really, it's about all the things that are coming up along with the stadium and kind of this new entertainment district that's going to connect the whole area together.
One of the things that I talked with Randy Boyd about is that on the surface you look at it and you say, hey, there's a new baseball stadium coming to downtown Knoxville. But it's so much more than that. Yeah. I mean, it truly is a multi-use facility.
Yeah, it's going to be the home stadium for the One Knox soccer team. And it's going to be host to some high school soccer and baseball events. But it can be a place for family reunions. I wouldn't be surprised if one day soon someone decides to get married there, too. You never know.
That was a drive-by fruiting. Okay, so now we'll ask you this. I mean, okay, this is not a joke. I'm actually being serious. Could this place host like a wrestling event?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, they do all those sort of things.
Yeah.
It's nice 7,500 or so seat venue.
What do you hope that the venue gets outside of what she mentioned?
Well, so you have concerts and all the other stuff as well. One of the things too is there's a nice public plaza, so it's an amenity. Really, even when nothing else is going on, people will be able to go there and hang out and have just a nice space just to be. So it's the amenity that it provides, not only for baseball, soccer, but all the other things that hopefully are going to be happening there.
When a franchise has had the success that it's had here, because this has been a successful 25 years from when it left Bill Meyer to when it came here. Do y'all, when you've had the conversations about the team coming back, have you paid attention to let's make sure we mirror the successes that they've had?
Well, we want to amplify those successes and make the Tennessee Smokies just as successful as they've been here, even more successful in Knoxville in terms of, turnout and audience and attendance. But like Mayor Jacobs said, the great thing about its location in Knoxville is that it's going to be a catalyst for revitalizing that whole part of Knoxville from the east side of downtown all the way to Chihowie Park along the Magnolia Avenue corridor. So there's a lot of land there that already has infrastructure, sidewalks, streets, sewer, all that stuff, and there's ripe for reinvestment. So we're already starting to see it in the old city, and I think it's going to continue to bring new jobs and economic development to our community.
You know, Glenn, what I think so amazing, and I did say this to Randy as well, is that you go all these years and some things don't happen as far as businesses coming in and just spending this big money on sports. Then all of a sudden, Food City comes in and does Thompson Bowling Arena, and Pilot comes in and preserves the Neyland name. Covenant Health comes in and does this stadium. I'm sure Lindsey Nelson is next. But, I mean, to see these local businesses, and I call Food City local, even though they're in Abingdon, Virginia, but to come in and to see the commitment to sports in Knoxville, I think is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. You have the new entertainment district around Neyland as well that's going to be popping up. When you think about how well the Vols football team is doing, how well all their sports are doing, really. Best college baseball program in the country. Basketball is doing well. Lady Vols are on the upswing. That's important for our community. I mean, people just feel better about themselves. They feel better about the community. You're asking about having a winning team in the Smokies and their legacy here. Of course, we want to continue that because people just get excited. It's a lot of fun. And, when you see businesses that are recognizing that and want to be involved, it's great.
And then we haven't even touched on what's coming outside of Neyland Stadium in a few years. I mean, and that's just going to explode and just be a spectacular addition to Knoxville. Hey, thanks for coming out. Appreciate you guys hanging around. And look, we will see you guys for sure April the 15th as we'll do this all over again. And I think that's going to be a community celebration.
Absolutely.
More than a baseball game that night.
Well, and hopefully, we were talking off air, but hopefully they'll be hoisting another championship banner.
Wouldn't that be great?
Next season.
Yeah, back
awesome.
to back.
That's right.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Glenn Jacobs, Indian Kincannon, thank you very much for hanging around, guys.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, that'd be great. If the Smokies can choke slam the Barons.
There you go.
For a championship. Mark, great job. And I love seeing the mayors together and everybody kind of hanging out. Season tickets, though, for the Smokies are available. And you can get them right now. They're hot, so get them right now before they're gone. But
We've already heard they've had a good start. We heard from the GM a short time ago. People are trying to book their seats now, so take advantage of it.
There's the number. Join us at the stadium next year in April. We take a break. 5-0 final. The Barons beat the Smokies. We'll have highlights from the game when we come back.
McGee-Tyson Airport, now with more nonstops to Denver and Philadelphia.
More flights, more places. That's McGee-Tyson Airport.
In East Tennessee, our work heritage runs deep. For more than a century, the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union Local 102 has been a part of the area's growth and prosperity. Don't sell yourself or your business short by hiring unskilled labor. Our cutting-edge labor training facility equips our members with the advanced skills needed to be the very best in the industry. Keep jobs local and the money in the state. At Local 102, we work tirelessly today to help build a better tomorrow for our community and our members.
It's adventure time in Tennessee. It's time to gas up and go and learn more about the awesome stories in our community. We're on the road and ready to explore all the fun that we can find.
Friday, get ready to go glamping. Learn more about the latest luxury camping trend, and it's close to home. Plus, attention all apple lovers. We explore Cosby, Tennessee, and showcase some yummy snacks and food from the area. Sponsored by Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln, Knoxville.
Our adventure awaits. Keep watching.
From day one, Rooms to Go built their business on a simple idea, the Rooms to Go package. The concept? Make decorating easy and affordable. Not simple to do, but our team of designers carefully coordinate every room detail for you. And the best part? You always save. Buy the piece and save even more when you buy the whole room. It looks great, saves you time and money. You get your furniture fast, and our selection is second to none. Rooms to Go. Our name says it all.
McGee-Tyson Airport, new nonstops to Jacksonville and St. Louis start next week.
More flights, more places. That's McGee-Tyson Airport.
Smokies dropped the regular season finale at Smokies Stadium to the Birmingham Barons 5-0 on an historic Sunday here in East Tennessee. With Bo Williams, I'm Mick Gillespie. If you want Smokies highlights, you really didn't get those today. Hopefully they're saving those for Tuesday in the playoffs.
I think that's what they're doing. They've got them sitting off here to the side. They're just holding them for Tuesday for game 1 of the postseason.
All right, let's take a look at how this thing went down. It was DJ Gladney of the Barons once in the first inning, down the line. Is it fair? Is it foul? It's fair.
I didn't think it was going to make it. I thought that thing was going to curve foul, but somehow it just got inside the foul pole, and Barons were up early.
And in the third inning, Babe Ruth style, right out of the stadium, down the line, into the foothill.
Did he call that shot? I can't remember. Did he point and say that's where it's going? But keep in mind, the wind was blowing pretty heavy in the third, and he was still able to crank that one out of there.
If the Smokies had any hope, it disappeared in the 7th inning. Terrell Tatum into the left field gap. That drove in Michael Turner. And then back came the Barons again with Turner in the 8th.
Yeah, to Turner and Tatum, both those guys getting things done. Tatum had a great day for Birmingham. He was a one-man wrecking machine every time he came to the plate.
So that's a 5-0 final, but these two teams will play, and it'll be a whole new season starting Tuesday right here at the ballpark. If you were here today, come back. If you missed it, get out here, get tickets. They're available right now. 7 o'clock, game 1. That's the only game that we'll play in this stadium in the first round, and we need you out here for support.
Definitely cheer on the Smokies as they look to make it back-to-back titles.
5-0 final. We'll wrap it up right here after this.
Men over 45. Do you have frequent nighttime urination? An urgent need to go? Weak flow? Do you suffer from an enlarged prostate that blocks your flow? Frustrated with BPH medications? Want to avoid invasive surgeries? How? The Urolift system. A minimally invasive treatment that can improve your flow with no cutting. Call 865-500-6020 to find out if the Urolift system is the right solution for you. Imagine an outpatient procedure with rapid symptom relief and recovery, all while preserving sexual function. Unlike the invasive surgeries, most common side effects are temporary and can include discomfort when urinating, urgency, inability to control the urge, pelvic pain, and some blood in the urine. Rare side effects, including bleeding and infection, may lead to a serious outcome and may require intervention. If you want a solution for symptoms like frequent urination, call 865-500-6020 and find out if the Urolift system is right for you.
IBEW Local 760 and WATE 6 want to say thanks to the men and women serving our country. We salute you for defending our freedom. Your sense of duty is the backbone of America. This message brought to you by Operation Honor Guard.
Champion's Big Window Sale is back.
Do you have ugly, hard-to-open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows. Because when you buy 2, you get 2 free. Buy 2 Champion windows, get 2 free? I guess that means if you buy 4, you get 4 free. Buy 6, get 6 free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy 2, Get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Get ready for the WATE 6 Women's Spectacular. Come for the food, fun, fashion, music, and more. Save the date for the free Women's Spectacular and Job Fair at the Pinnacle at Turkey Creek, next to Condado Taco on September 27th and 28th.
2 seconds.
All right, final 5-0 Birmingham beats the Smokies in the Smokies Stadium regular season finale. And at the beginning of the season, weren't sure if there was going to be any games after this, but the Smokies still ended up with the league's best record, even with today's loss. And they'll play these Barons again Tuesday at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, looking forward to that game. If you've been following the series, one team wins. Next day, the other team wins. So if things continue, should be a big win for the Smokies come Tuesday night in game 1.
Now, what a fantastic event, though, today.
Yeah, fantastic.
Outside of the baseball game score, so many people put so much time and effort into this broadcast, and a lot of great guests, and it really was a showcase of Smokies baseball in this wonderful stadium.
It really was, and thanks to everybody who came out. Unfortunately, it didn't end the way they wanted it to, but There's another game, as you mentioned, coming up on Tuesday night. Hopefully it'll be a big crowd out here, and hopefully we'll have even more games, 2 more, at least 1 more in the championship series after that.
Yep, and really awesome to see everyone.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for hanging out with us, including the entire WATE6 family. So for Bo Williams, my partner here, Mark Packer, Amber Lynn.
And the chicken.
And Tom McCoy. I'm Vic Gillespie. Thanks for hanging out. For the entire crew, we'll talk to you again April 15th, 2025, when the Smokies open up the new stadium. Have a great afternoon, everybody, and so long from Smoky Stadium.
At Lakewood Capital Group, we don't just develop properties, we craft exceptional lifestyles. Based right here in Knoxville for over 15 years, we've been the premier recreational property developer in the Southeast and Texas, trusted by thousands to deliver excellence. With more than 50 years of combined experience, we bring unmatched expertise to every project. From mountain retreats to coastal escapes, your perfect getaway is within reach. Lakewood Capital Group, passion, excellence, property redefined.
Financing for 36 months. That's pretty tough to beat if you ask me. Right now, get into a Ford Edge with 0% APR for 36 months for only $34,400, or a new Ford F-150 for just $46,100. Also with 0% APR for 36 months. Come see us today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike.
Hey, Sterling, man, come on, we got a roof to replace.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hey, Sterling, you ready to go to the top? Man, I can't believe you guys been doing this for 25 years. Oh, baby.
Now this is what I call a rooftop party.
We have 25 years experience in roofing and exterior renovations, and we're backed by the best.
Are you ready to get your rooftop party started? Give us a call, 865-524-5888.
What's up, guys? It's Devin Driscoll, owner of D1 Sports Training with locations in Hardin Valley and Blount County. If you're looking to take your athlete's sports performance to the next level or increase your overall sports performance and fitness, reach out to us at one of our locations in Hardin Valley or in Blount.
Knoxville Smiles depend on us to make your smile better. Knoxville Smiles, are you happy with your smile today? Knoxville Smiles, we're all about smiles.
Hey, Lance, what makes you smile?
Pancake blocks.
The following is a commercial program paid for by New Day Marketing. The opinions and views expressed belong to its sponsors and are not those of Nexstar Media, Inc., this station, or their affiliates or employees.
We now return to our regularly scheduled broadcast.
Choose what you want because you've spent years dreaming about it.
Have consultations with people. They're free consultations. My hope when they leave is that I've given them my opinion as an expert and I have empowered them to make a decision that is in their best interest.
Oh, I love it!
It's gorgeous. You deserve this. New chapter, day one. Congratulations.
Why is Clear Choice different? It's the whole package. All of the pieces that the patient is going to need, the oral surgeon, the prosthodontist, the lab, it's all in one house.
And I am in awe every day just being able to work with these kind of doctors, to be able to provide this kind of hope, to be able to tell somebody when they've been turned down multiple times and saying, we can actually help you, and to see that sigh of relief from our patients is the best part of our day.
We want our patients to feel comfortable, safe. We're here to look at the future and how we can make things better.
This is where you're going to get top-level treatment, transparent, judgment-free, and partner with us for life.
What most of my patients will tell me is, I wish I had done this sooner.
At the core of what we do is patient care.
I would say to somebody that's at their worst time, just go and have the conversation. Just go and start those steps because it will really change your life.
There is hope out there. There is help. A Clear Choice.
Whatever you're doing, come in, take the initiative to start and get it done. It's gonna be a great journey. No worry, no stress, no regrets. You deserve to have a great smile.
There are a lot of regrets in my life. Clear Choice is not one of them. Joy is what I see when I look in the mirror today. Thanks to Clear Choice.
The joy that I have in my heart for what Clear Choice did for me, I cannot thank them enough for what they gave back to me.
Definition of joy is Clear Choice.
But you owe it to yourself to come in and have the conversation.
Don't waste time because life is too precious. It really is. And get off the couch. Make a phone call.
I was hoping that one of my teeth weren't going to break, especially out in public. It was mortifying.
We get to a point where we can't preserve the teeth anymore. We need to actually replace them. And in doing so, we can make things healthy again.
Clear Choice gave me my teeth back, but not only that, they gave me my life back.
When my teeth started to deteriorate, I stopped hanging out socially. It was an easy decision. Clear Choice.
The health of our teeth plays a significant role in our overall health. Chantal was suffering, and we had to put an end to that. The absolute best way to do that was through dental implants.
Clear Choice dental implants changed everything. My digestive health is much better now. I feel more energetic. The person that I've always been has shown up to the party again.
Having a bad smile or having something wrong with you that you're not comfortable with can ruin your health.
On a scale of 1 to 10, my worry before Clear Choice would have been a 15. I wasn't myself. There wasn't anything in life that really brought me joy.
I think I noticed that I was eating softer foods, especially out in public, and hoping that one of my teeth weren't going to break. It was mortifying.
I was not able to chew and process the food in order for the food to digest properly, and it further caused, more health conditions.
The doctor told me, you have some serious periodontal disease going on in your mouth, and if we don't fix it, you're gonna lose not only your teeth, but your bone density is gonna continue to decrease.
I didn't realize before Clear Choice that there was a link between my health and my dental situation.
It's rare for our patients to come in knowing that there's such a link.
Realistically, the body is intertwined. All our systems work together. And the mouth, that's the way in.
The most important oral health issues that you need to think about are gum disease, cavities, tooth loss, and especially bone loss.
Their causes are different, but oftentimes their treatment's the same, where we get to a point where we can't preserve the teeth anymore. We need to actually replace them. And in doing so, we can make things healthy again.
When you lose a tooth without replacement, you end up losing that bone. But you never want to get to a point where you're just too late. So take advantage and try to do something sooner than later.
So it's estimated that in adults, somewhere between 30 and 50% of adults have periodontal disease. The way I would explain it is our mouths have millions of bacteria. And in health, the gums form this tight collar around the teeth that prevents the bacteria from entering our bodies. But with periodontal disease, what it means is the gums become inflamed, which means they're more permeable to bacteria entering. Why should we do this now? It's because dentistry never gets better. A lot of patients think, I've had bad experiences in the past, I don't want to deal with this now. But the problem with dentistry is those infections, you may not feel them, but they are getting worse.
On top of that, the motivation that we get when we are able to smile healthy, when we're able to be pain-free, when we're able to eat the healthy foods that we want, also contributes to that better lifestyle, better attitude, and overall a decrease in any medical risk with regard to other diseases in the body.
When you truly believe that health starts with overall oral health, then you make sure that whether or not we are the ones to help you, you need to get help because it's going to impact your health. The amazing part is when we actually see our patients come back after having the procedure and they say, I have this renewed sense of energy. I feel so much healthier.
Oh my gosh, what a difference. I can eat the foods that I desire and be able to enjoy my life. Go get yourself educated, make the appointments, and see what is available for you, because there are certainly a lot of choices out there to better your life.
The minute I saw the commercial was absolutely the change of my life.
If I could go back in time and talk to the old Lisa, I would tell her to be healthier and happier much sooner.
It's very important that if you have people that you love in your life, in order for you to be able to provide for them, you need to make sure that you're healthy enough to do that.
I did wait too long. I wish I would have had this process done in my 30s. It's never too late. It's never too late to take care of yourself.
It is not too late for us to be able to help our patients and to transform that situation into a healthy outcome overall.
What we do every day is we want our patients to have the best quality of life. And I truly do believe that it does start with having health. It starts with being able to have confidence in themselves.
I even have a granddaughter that wants me to will her my teeth when I die, because she said I have the nicest looking teeth that she's ever seen.
It's never too late to go get help.
What's the cost of not being healthy? Come see us. That's the most important first step to getting your mouth healthy, getting your body healthy again.
I feel a lot healthier. I feel a lot more confidence, more self-esteem. Just very happy.
How could you not with that great smile you have now?
You have nothing to lose by just sitting at home and not doing anything, but you have everything to gain by coming in the door and just finding out what are my options and how can I do this for myself and make it affordable.
I think it was 2013, I invested some money and I bought a Snap-on Smile. So I spent about $3,000 and did top and bottom Snap-ons. It was just a temporary solution until I found something else that really worked, and that was permanent. They lasted about 4 years, and then they started to deteriorate. They broke in half. Parts of them were missing.
There is a cost in not treating, and there is a price that you pay in choosing to